Your death is a destiny, wearing all black on my ebony weaponry. Automatically, your life is in jeopardy when I enter in your crib unexpectedly. Death to your family, you will soon be nothing more than a memory. The trap is my enemy. If you're my enemy, I will chop you bitches down so tremendously, bitch. And I'm coming for that ass. Plenty hostility and the ability to put you out of your misery. Using my heavy artillery, your devil feature on my documentary. Every make sure be complimentary. Nigga, do not let me commit a felony. All these amphetamines into me, making me feel so much negative energy. Keeping the cold firearm next to me, it's a necessity. In case I market the best of me, they say I'm crazy and that I need therapy. Dying immediately will be the penalty for fucking with a nigga of my pedigree. Slice up a body part, now you an everything. I live your legs, open like a cannabis. Voices in my head drive me to insanity. On a vicious mission to cut off all amenity, bitch.
Shut them down like a laptop. Blood in the backdrop. Cut your body parts in half with a fucking hacksaw. Cruising in my drop top. You bout to get chopped off in the river. I ain't playing head, got chopped off. Bitch, I still rap mafia. Throw it up in my mugshot. Me and my crew do not play as cock. We should have bust shots. If you survive the attack, you gon' die by the blood clot. High off the drugs, always down to go and fuck knots. Really count, really rob. Ain't got no time for a job. Mob through the streets with the heat. Don't wanna hear side stories. Make it gory when I hit you with my nine. Cock it back and shoot you in the same spot. Every time got dudes standing in a line waiting for the order, bruh. When I point my finger at a bitch, they be like, order up. Scared when we coming, so you better put some borders up. I knew we riding, yeah, you bitches, y'all was boarded up.
This is for my ghost. Strictly for my ghost. Strictly for my ghost. Attitude, still thinking, will I see tomorrow? Another rude awakening, just a soldier of sorrow. Ram, take your grip, but cause my ghost and spirits follow. On a robbing street, cause I ain't got no job. Avoid my people, I took a wig that send me auto. Truck all over the ground, digital all over my hollow. Nervous as a motherfucker when I look a fit and swallow. That's where I belong, in the midst of the fall, though. Precious ways of days off, that unholy dope. Shotgun up my nose as I inhale gun smoke. Flipping on the heavy toe. Ain't no blinking when I'm behind the scope. Aiming for my target, cause you wanna start shit. End up in duck with, end up in help quick. Duck, have your punk ass ever smell till you're about to soon, cause it help look. Different approach to danger, pop control my anger. Rat-a-tat-a-tat-a, boom, turn the mark, motherfuckers into strangers.
Thousands of people known as the coronavirus. We just need to work together, stay calm, and wash your damn hands.
Smoke wins.
Incoming corona about to spread across the lands. Info strands with a plan. Grab some soap and wash your hands. Quarantine that dumb hoe. Up some meds and stay in dose. About to shut down all the schools and make the nation put on pause. What the hell you mean you took all of the toilet paper off the shelf?
What is up, pimps?
Got the mayor on the phone. Got the 12 up in my home.
It's your boy. Creep. Well, they say if it's going to be your last and there's no one present, speak as if there's a room full. They say, easy come, easy go. Enough with the proverbs. It's been an interesting few days. I don't mean interesting as in great, but not looking good. So we've been covering a few things lately, and it's been some pretty dark stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. And just everything just makes me sick. Like the evil, the poison, the hate. Some bad, bad stuff. We've stumbled upon some other things. And, so anyway, we're chilling, doing our shit, you know, and then more and more this thing just spider webs out, and it goes across the map. Like, man, it's some dark shit. I think I don't know. Let me shoot out a message. Let me ask somebody something. Wow. This guy, man, I feel bad. I feel bad for him. I really do. I really don't think he has much time, honestly. Like, I've seen how ugly shit can get. So there's this guy that knows Mike. I guess they're friends. And Fargo found this stuff, and I think he had said something, and then the guy responded back to Fargo, and then Fargo had a vid made on him by this guy. And it's like, it's hard to cover because it's like, I don't want to, but yeah, we're going to go ahead and I don't know where we should start. Okay, let's start on Fargo's diss video. Okay, this guy dissed Fargo, and so he made this vid, right? So, hang on, let me share this shit. Shout out to this guy, by the way. Hey, if you catch this stream and you see us live, here, I'll drop the link. So anyway, this channel is called Mr. Joker and Mrs. Quinn. We're going to go ahead and start with Fargo's video. Hold on, let me see. Oh, I have it muted.
Are you fucking his little down little boyfriend? I only go this guy's.
Okay.
Fuck you.
So this is the guy. Obviously, you can tell something's not right and something ain't looking good. So, yeah, figure it out for yourself.
Faggot block boy. You don't know shit. Who the fuck is Mike? Are you Mike? Are you fucking his little down little boyfriend? I only go this guy subbed me yesterday. A down low boyfriend? I have a wife, you dumbass. read the name. So from Mr. Joker, Savage, and everybody else in my clique,
Fuck you.
a big fuck you. Why don't you go home, suck your boyfriend's dick, get off the Mike's coattail, get off
Man.
my nut balls, and go home.
How are you gonna Fargo?
Be
You
a
can't go
man.
back.
At least he complimented you, butt boy.
Okay. That was Fargo's video. Let's see, hang on.
Fuck.
Alright, he's giving a shout out there. What, does he tell stories too?
So, we're gonna do that. Love it. I love every big initiative to do this. And yes, I'm talking with a slur because I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the love. So anyway. My baby.
Man, the fucking internet on this is terrible with this video.
Actually pretty good too.
This was his internet, not mine. Let's see if we can find another video that's more sped up. Yeah.
What up? Good morning, folks. Hop to it. Another Tuesday, another chemo day. Had a really bad week. Really bad week. Stupid fucking people who just don't know how to let up. That's YouTube, you know. Bullshit. But what is what is. Good morning, good morning. What do you want, Spirit Cat? Yeah, I see you looking at me. Fucking cat. So, let's make things clear. I'm my own man. I do what I do, I do what I say, and I do what I do. I don't break my balls for no one. So when people go asking me for things like money, I get a little pissy. When people ask for things that aren't funny, I get even more pissy. But fuck, man. I just think that this week's been a fucking hoot. First I become single, then everybody wants to fuck me. What the fuck's going on? So I've been in bed 3 days, fucking whining and cool wolves me. Harley's gone. Yeah, you're right. I love that girl. I'll always love her. She's my baby mama. What I gotta do, bro?
Damn.
I gotta love her. I gotta love the kid. I gotta love. That's if she needs anything, then you know I gotta give it. That's what a good father does, and that's what a good man does. I hope everyone is listening to my ethics here, because I'm a bad fucking mess right now. I just got ripped off almost $800,000. Yeah, you want to be a joke? Talk about that being a joke. Not to mention these goddamn fucking pimples from fucking these masks I gotta wear out every morning are just fucking crazy too. My skin cancer and everything else. I'm pretty sick of it all. Y'all know how it feels. Y'all know the deal. Y'all know how I do. And that's how I feel. So, we got a few entries on the gift card. Yeah, we do. And we almost had a winner yesterday. He got 2, but not the last. He didn't watch the first of our classics. Too bad. I told him, look back. He could have found out checking my garden's my favorite thing to do. And when my buds are all tall and fluffy, yes. We dance like Puffy. Yeah, I'm white trash with tattoos. We can deal with that. But white trash beats black trash, right? Right. I'm not a racist. I have black friends. But anybody can be an N word. And I mean that. If you beat women, you're a nigger. You beat women, you rape women, you touch women, you're an. I'd love to say it, not gonna. I'm gonna start watching my voice. Let's get this bitch Let's get this bitch monetized.
Yeah, good luck.
Fuck, man. Fuck. We'll make it go. We'll figure it out. Maybe a little kick step in my step will get me going. Let me refill my cup. Pull your needles and heat it up.
The sad reality is, I feel like that could easily be me one day, and that's one of my biggest fears. I've seen people in his position, man. It doesn't take long.
6 a.m, police at my door. Already got to deal with some more. Waking up out of a daze. It's like I was just knocked out from some great purple haze and a nice bottle of rum. And somebody came and knocked on my window like, what the fuck you doing? Where you from? Gotta come step in my grounds. You know that. You know we gotta shoot at them people. We know that. Keep you safe. Keep yourself, your life, yourself solid. And everything you do, keep it on the goal line. Because always keep your number one goal first. And that you will achieve it if you try. If you don't put any effort into it and hope for it to come. Just like beating on, you're always going to have the same result, buddy. I hate to say it. But that's the best way I can put it, Joker style. Straight up. Now, we're going to have some more live footage today. We're going to have fun around town, aren't we? Yeah, scary kitty. Why don't you come on the camera? Yeah, you want to know you're still sitting there? Huh? I don't know. Shout out to Fago. Shout out to Rob Zombie. Shout out to the General. Salute, soldier. Shout out to Miss White. Shout out to Miss Orange. Shout out to Mr. Savage. We ain't heard from you in a few days. What's going on, bruh? Anyway, nothing matters. We are just gonna smoke to it. And today I'm gonna take you in a tour through Welland. Crackheads galore, man. I gotta go do fucking piss tests for my fucking medication. So we got to go look at the methadone clinic. I'll show you how it works up here. I'm probably gonna get back on it if I keep going the way I'm going. But that would be a big waste. You know, I quit it. Splinter helped. So did Sabbath of Blood. Shout out my number one subscriber ever, Sabbath of Blood. Salute. Holding it down here in Canada. You got it up there in fucking England. We gotta keep it in touch. So what happened? You knew I'm crazy. I just ain't fucking Miss Daisy, so everything goes well as it ends well, as we do at peace. Now let's get a riff up on this, on the dab. Now I'm gonna tell you something. This dab battery is a hexo battery. It's an air powered battery. So as you inhale out of it, it will burn just a minute amount of oil compared those superchargers I usually use, so that's why this one's lasting so long. So pure, it's almost clear. It's actually yellow, but camera's a little messed up. That's life. I keep looking to push the button. Right in that little fold that says Hexo. Great weed company vows to prefer localized strains to turn into oil. I have one cartridge to show you from Hexo. Now, y'all know Figure is my favorite. The Figure's for anybody who can't figure it out. Then, this is my favorite weed of all. You can't get anything better than this. Is no better. It is 98%. I've had it for almost a year.
Damn.
Since August. Look at that shit.
Was
The
it barely been
Versace
smoking on it?
weed. But I'll always stick with the Figure. The Figure always keeps up. Holds up. Works with any vape battery for the people who don't want to use their shit on the actual supercharger, because they actually burn more oil than smoke. So you actually burn off more THC because it's at a lesser heat. You could actually create vapor with just holding a cigarette to it because it's glass. So if you drop it, you're fucked. It's like a hash oil. You drop it, you're fucked, right? Right. So you also, for the newbies and the bored ones too, who like to go out and try everything new, like me, for the channel. Last week we got a G-Pen supercharger and a Dabble Dooya 510 thread oil. You just put a drop of shatter in there. It's got a little spike for you to fold it up into a dab, and then it dabs. But
Show us how.
I'm running low. I've got more bud than oil, and that's not normal. I'm a hash man. They know me, and I vaporize. Oh, I got a day's worth here. Stir it up a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Always optimistic. The glass is always half full, boys.
Yeah, sure. If you say so.
And why do you guys bitch about my recording room? Everybody's got one. Trust me, if you weren't here in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, I got 100 acres of land I can go on, but it's fucking covered in snow. What do you expect me to do? Jump out and play ballroom blitz? It's cold. You'll get shots outside the car, and that's about it. Except for the shots today. I'm gonna bring you into the clinic. I hope, Alice, you ain't subscribed. Because I'm really gonna... I'm gonna push your buttons today. You gotta pull me in every week. Why can't I? You know, pull me in every month or whatever so I can have my medication. I'm gonna fuck with you so you're gonna have your meditation. 5 a.m. thoughts. Joker style. I'm going off the loop. Can't you tell? There's a reason I ain't recording nothing. Because it's all just bullshit today. This week, been garbage, let me say. I don't care how many times you get laid. If your week's still bullshit, it's still bullshit. MOB, money over bitches. Live resin, I forgot. Wait, nobody even said, hey, what's up on that live resin you put away? I forgot it was in the pipe. So today, then we've had a few tests of different weeds. Okay, now we're ready to break out let's get to the tweed 28. Now we're getting to the low side. This is the Bud Company. Next to back 40, I will put my life on. They got it. Everything here is 28% THC. It's 28 different breeds. There was a special. And I happened to get another bag. And oh my God, it looks so beautiful. Probably shouldn't do that. I'm probably gonna cut my nose up or something, but I think it's gonna vaporize quite nice. You?
Damn, I wonder if it like feels
need a
like you're
cup.
weak, like your skin's just frail and.
Everything is hand-picked, hand-cropped, and hand-picked. There's a lot more in here. I'm not pouring it out. For the people who think it ain't real, and they, I've even heard somebody say that weed ain't legal here. It's not.
Hey, what's
But
up,
I
crazy
thought it was
STO?
legal when I was a kid.
Man,
Well,
shit,
it wasn't.
just
And I truly understand.
checking out
your
those
qualms,
videos.
but everything is fucking legal. In excess, it's not. You can go to a methadone clinic and get heroin substitutes. You can get weed. You can go and get prescribed marijuana. I mean,
Smoking, yeah, that's nice. Yeah, enjoy your life, man. Fucking,
still learning how to use this.
I think time's running out for some. This shit's sad, man.
I don't even care. I'll see you till I have to. When you have fresh hash oil, you know to always keep it longer because the flavor gets better as it ages, right? When you go and buy a hash cartridge or extract, always buy a gram. Make sure it's the longest. They'll try and cheap you out at the same price. Less THC, less everything with this. You see how
Yeah,
much
I
of a
know.
difference they're giving you.
I knew one person's relative that it was like they had it, got rid of it,
Line up, right?
or it went in remission or something, and then it came back, and then it was
It won't
like
even line up, right?
It killed the woman within like 2 months.
Bullshit.
That shit is aggressive
They
as
give you a
fuck.
0.3.
I don't even know how much longer this dude has. This is looking bad already. So,
Our legal economy makes money.
and this is not a new video, so this has been going on for a minute.
Oh, what can I bitch about though? It came with the fucking.
He has a
came with the
channel,
plug, so
and
might
it's
as well just enjoy, right?
it's only got 35 subs.
So this one's called Blue Dream. We'll hit this one. we just did the
He mentioned like
Pineapple
skin
Express
cancer or
again,
something.
'cause I like it.
Either way, it's cancer. Like cancer's cancer. It's
It's a
still.
good wake up. I like to do a hybrid morning if I can.
Yeah, like when you're at that stage, you don't have much longer left. Like, let's go to some more recent ones. I picked this video because it was a long one.
Yeah,
We done sat through most of it. It's almost over with anyway.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mr. Mike and shout out to his buddy Harvey. He had to do something to take care of his brother's abuser and did his time for it. Salute to him. Shout out to all the real ones. Shout out to Mr. Mike for pointing out all the bird brains and fakes.
The bird brains. See, look, he put a little bird emote in the fucking thing.
Wherever the fuck you are, come back. God bless, guys.
Oh, shit.
Shout out to Mr. Mike.
I better not get a copyright claim playing this music.
Daddy's little girl, she's got a mother's side. Fell in love with a gangster.
Yeah. Yeah, crazy. I've lost at least both, well, my great-grandparents both, cancer and other stuff, but I haven't had anybody I've lost from cancer in a while except for, like, people I knew. It just springs out on you one day, like, and if you don't treat it, man, it's fucking...
Got a whole lot of money, a whole lot of time, by the whole bar.
I think he just gets fucked up all the time. I don't blame him. Probably in a lot of pain.
Oh, hell yeah, we're country rich. Got a whole lot of money. Yeah, you can come now, girl. That's okay. Don't worry. Just let yourself in. Yeah, you can come now, girl. That's okay. Don't worry. Just let yourself in.
The methadone clinic. Shit. And then if you're doing that stuff daily too, on top of being sick with cancer, man, I bet it's rough. I bet getting sick from like not taking methadone on top of having sickness from cancer is like a double fucking... I'm surprised he's not in a bed by now. Like bed bound, you know? If I was ever in this position, I wouldn't even be on camera. I'd probably eat a fucking bullet or something. Like,
Did I ever tell you that?
At this point, you're just a skeleton with skin.
Cracktown here. 20 deaths lately. 28 friends died this year.
Every day you grow weaker and just sicker. Like, you probably... Man.
Welcome. Life is hot in Cracktown, boys.
Damn, my cat's back here snoring. Snoring.
Was that really?
What the fuck?
You're looking at somebody without hair on track. Somebody to fool me, but I got burned back. When I decided when my life was over, I
He likes
decided
to
I got
freestyle and
better.
rap and shit. That's pretty cool.
Get to fucking work, Fabio. Them walls ain't gonna pay for themselves. You keep
All right, crazy. Be safe. Take care, man.
Do your job right, punk. That's how life works. Do it right. Don't do it at all. He's like, if you're gonna get stoned, do it right. If you're gonna get fucking blotto, do it right. You're gonna play a bass? I'm really gonna need to vote something and I can't need more. Bring my head on the ground. Keep on saying on the phone.
Yeah, that's a lot to read.
Right for me. Weed sipping, sir, lately I've been getting served. I've been drinking, I've been smoking, drinking with eyes half open. I've been golden, I've been golden, I've fucked up and everybody knows me. Weed sipping, sir, lately I've been getting. Wouldn't you wanna know? Wouldn't you wanna know? Yeah, it works. They're good.
Man, I'm jealous. I'd love to have those.
Sober. Dead ass talk about. Guess we got that. Good. Guess we got that idea in mind. 60 seconds, my worst fear. My worst fear is meeting meeting my girl's family and them not taking shit. Them being like, no. And they're dead. What's with everybody taking the name Mr. Joker? I was like literally.
It's a brand.
Before me. The first one was the Joker, and he's actually a white rapper, and then there's the black rapper Mr. Joker, and then you got me. And then there came all these little YouTube wannabes on there. What the hell's that about? You guys get off the 3 of our dicks.
Is he really Canadian?
Hey, come on. We didn't ask for you. Don't copy. You ain't original. Don't act like it.
There's all that camera space we're losing up there.
Dear Lord, place for my family, friends.
Seems like
Daniel, Brittany, everybody else and everything else. Good morning, worm, your honor. Showing feelings of an almost human nature.
well, how do you go back to this? Oh, hell no.
Come now, girl. That's
Damn it. Well, guess I will. I don't know. I don't know if I want to watch any more of that shit. That shit is fucking. I don't know. Do y'all want to see some Mike? This crazy motherfucker.
And I walk up to him, you know, the person I am. I'm pretty, you know, assertive, go for something and relentless. You know, I'm gonna have my way if I'm set on something. So I see Ludacris and I bum rush him, right? I approached him. They shooed me off. So he's walking, and at this time, I'm following him. I honed in on him, was following him and shit. Me walking, you know, I'm walking a little faster than average. They watch me like, what's this crazy white boy doing? Blocking him off to where he's eventually gonna go through all the video games. He's gonna run into me. I'm plotting and planning, you know, how am I gonna do this?
Okay, so I guess we'll get off the more depressing shit and move forward on to the news of the day. Mr. Fame himself. He is just so out there, hell-bent on trying to be a superstar. I don't know how much enough is enough, because with this guy, it can get dangerous. It gets pretty hardcore. Okay, so we've already dealt with a few things in the comments section. We've dealt with Aaron crushing this guy, okay? It was funny. I laughed. I actually got a vacation from Mike because of Aaron. Shouts out to Aaron. Oh yeah, by the way, homie, man, sometimes the phone be auto-correcting shit as I'm typing. It's not... Anyway. Let's go through this shit. I gotta get a beer. Hang on.
Up, ADD fam? The mic not back in the building. So earlier, the video cut off because my phone was, you know, filled to the max, and so they cut me off. So where we're at is explaining these bird brains that are trying to down me in every way possible. As I was stating, you can see for yourself, and you'll meet more and more people that I grew up with that will tell you the same story. My friend John will tell you the exact same story. He's coming up soon. I'm gonna have to go out of my way to go, you know, to go to his house and all that to get a video, but that's fine. And he's gonna tell you some things about me that most people are not gonna believe. So instead of bragging,
this mother of fuck.
Shit that's not, may or may
I'm
not
talking
be
about the
true,
video.
I'm gonna let my friends tell the story. Let me cut to the chase. If you know enough about me, you'll know I ran back into John coincidentally.
Yeah, I don't know why he says it like that neither, because...
15 years later...
You're allowed to talk to your friends, Mike. Like, you don't have to... Oh, shit. Okay. I think in this video, he talks about, like, the trolling that went on. It was fucking crazy. Like, he's just been acting out lately. He's dead set on being a celebrity, y'all. On YouTube. He wants to be YouTube famous. Hold on.
It's about me. And 15 years later, ran into him and his wife says, wow, Rusty combo, and tells
Rusty
me
Cox.
the Little Black Book. So if you don't know the story of the Little Black Book, when all the kids were out doing sports, video games, whatever, Mike was working out and looking for hot chicks.
Hunting chicks.
He
means hunting chicks. This is a sport to him. This is how he gets his rocks off. It's a hobby.
Insane roster is all I can tell you. And let me not say no more. Let someone else tell the story, so it don't seem like I'm bragging. Little Black Book. That's all I'm going to say. You'll hear that story soon enough. So, anyways, people will tell stories about me. Let me give it for instance. I just ran back into my friend Eric coincidentally, who tells in the video, you see it for yourself. When I ask him about me, he says Mike would fight Satan himself and probably win. Did you or did you not hear that your own self? Okay, so what I say, there's no reason to lie, truthfully, because I've done enough shit. I've had enough awesome shit in my life to talk about. I don't need to lie. My coincidences alone are mind-shattering, and there's no
Oh yeah.
make-believe, boost up the story, none of it to it. The skateboard story, I'm still in cahoots with Steve Caballero. You can look and see for yourself. You're welcome to see all this.
God, he is just like Mars. He is as bad as Mars. I'm going to go on record and say this with a couple of people that have pointed it out first. He is just like Mars. This is Mars's fucking daddy, y'all. This guy name drops harder than motherfucking the rapper of the game, okay? There's no fucking doubt in my mind that Mike dated a Kardashian once. I'm just going to go out there and say that, guys. He's done it all.
And you can come to my Instagram page as long as you don't act like these piece of shit bird brains, and I'll friend invite you. You can
Why is the chat all
see
fucked up?
conversations, me talking to this guy, Steve Caballero, all the time.
DGMS, I can't see your comment hardly.
That I told you. So this is backup to my truths. And so I got these, these jealous
There it goes.
scumbags.
It's straightened
Now
up.
making up shit. Not only these scumbags making up shit, look what a dirtbag this dude, Bird Brain is.
Oh,
Look
yeah.
at what
Don't get me started.
Scumbag
Okay.
he is.
This bullshit he's going around saying that Birdman created a fake Facebook and got a hold of his mother and his sister. Dude, that shit is made up. He is blatantly lying to y'all's face. Didn't nobody do that shit? Well, maybe it was around the era when Aaron was like talking to him, and I think he was just so confused because we already know he's not tech savvy. He can't like get a grip on like what's really real as far as spelling and speaking. Yeah, it's not that this guy has just done so many drugs, he smoked himself stupid. It's just, he was stupid before all the drugs, okay? He came out of his mama that way. So don't feel sympathy for him. He is a little clout-grabbing bitch that is stepping on people's fucking necks to get that. He don't give a fuck who he drags down with him, guys. All these fucking people he name drops like 30 fucking people. And all he does is this. He gets on his little phone and types to him on the internet. Hi, I'm a recovering drug addict of 28 years. Will you do a video with me? Yeah, Mike. Because I don't do that. I don't go knocking door to door on motherfuckers' page to ask for an interview. You're just like Mars, dude. You fucking get on there and you'll go up to the biggest name on the internet that's trending or some shit and try that ballsy shit. Knowing damn well you're like $5 and a habit away from fucking losing it all. And you think you're somebody now. So what you did this with that person? So what you did that with this other guy? It don't mean shit. Those dudes don't forget who you are. Let them shout you out. What does a fucking shout out mean on the internet by somebody you look up to? You're just systematically putting yourself next to these people so that you too can build some kind of a reputation. Let's talk about what kind of a fucking reputation you have. Somehow these people looked you up and you have a charge for child abuse. And you're dare gonna fucking get on the internet and act like you're fucking the next Ryan Leone or something? You think talking shit to Birdman or anybody else is going to change anything? This shit is pathetic as fuck. I used to do that shit before I realized how unimportant it was. And that nobody cares. It's all just entertainment. You're providing free entertainment for an internet site that generates money off of this. Okay? Think about what goals you're trying to reach here, Mike. Because the shit is not worth it in the end.
He gets on my Facebook. All I've ever done is just talk about what shitbags they are right here, right? I'm not gonna drag. I'm not a low life. I don't hit below the belt. Tell me if this is hitting below the belt or not.
Now, I will admit, I'm not advocating for, like, fucking with people's family, and I've never done that, but just hearing him repeat it was funny as shit.
He comes to a thing with my mom, my aunt, and her friends, and he's talking about me being a male prostitute and a children abuser.
He fucking said a male prostitute. What could they have said to your family that was so bad as far as the male prostitute stuff? I mean, was it like you went out and got AIDS, or you're giving out AIDS or something? Or like, is it the whole gay thing? Like, they imagine your mouth and dicks? Okay, Mike. Listen to how he talks. Right now, he sounds like a concerned, appalled citizen of the country that is upset and fucking just floored that these things are said about him. Listen to the acting. This is so good.
And all this vile, sick shit lies on me. I've said nothing but truth about Cray.
Oh, really?
Bird brain.
Everything you fucking said about me was not true, except for like the little shallow shit. The shit that everybody else sees. Yeah, all that's true. I'm not denying any of that, but dude, you can't even half-ass talk. Like, I sound like shit and like, I don't know, just, this is funny. Just listen.
It's been all factual, what I'm saying, and opinion, but I'm not a dirtbag. I'm not gonna hit...
Oh, you're not a fucking dirtbag? Who has a record? Okay?
Around their friends and family. Scumbag. Am I dreaming that he's a scumbag, people? Your own people that are friends with them. This is a dirtbag.
This fucking piece of shit got so mad about what a troll said to him. He gets in his car and drives all the way to the nearest fucking McDonald's with Wi-Fi. Just to attempt to pull it up and go, oh, I deleted it out of anger. That shit pissed me off, and I blocked him. Mr. Motherfucking anti-social justice warrior over here comes in my comment section, calls me the dumbest, most immature, idiotic piece of shit that I am. And he's completely right, but still, he's going to come in my front yard, piss on my porch, and then act like he ain't innocent, or act like he's innocent of everything. Like,
for you.
Come on, Mr. Perfect. You and your 59 cats.
Blocked this time, but nonetheless,
So the troll pissed him off so bad that he blocked him. Wow, tough guy.
Was able to take some more cheap shots on me because he's that much of a pathetic.
No, he's that good. He's that much more better than you.
Sorry, sore loser that he's hitting below the belt. That's hitting below the belt. That's dirtbag shit. And so now I may not be able to get it. And he won't be able to do it again because I turned him in for that. Yes, honest to God, he got on my mom and my family's page and is talking about...
Now look, guys, Mike's got like 162 subs or something like that. I could be wrong. But at what point do you think you feel like he's going to be accomplished? Like self-accomplished and famous? Like what magical numbers are going to be? Like 1,000? Maybe 2 million? I don't know. This thing is unfolding every day, guys. We're going to learn more about Mike. We've learned a lot already.
About I'm a male prostitute. And a family abuser. They're talking about...
Yes, that's fucking true. And he admits it in this fucking video.
This little girl.
Now, I don't know what they're talking about, this little girl thing or something, but I don't know. That's going to come out one day too, watch.
The most vile, disgusting, shitbag thing someone could do is get on a guy's account around his family and lie about him.
You hear that? The most vile and nastiest fucking sick shit thing he could ever do is get on a social media account and lie about someone. That's grounds for murder.
Male prostitute, all just, lies and known lies, and you just made yourself look like a fucking idiot. Just because it's your name is you have a bot account doesn't change the fact that everyone in the world's going to know what a pathetic slime ball you are. Male prostitute to my family members. He's talking shit. They're talking about this little girl, and he's talking about
Again, I don't know what was said about the child except for the fact that we know that he admitted to getting a child abuse charge that got lowered to a misdemeanor. He doesn't really touch on that too hard, but he just kind of breezes over that.
sick shit. Is this dirtbag or dirtbag? This is beyond dirtbag. You're beyond dirtbag and pathetic, you scumbags. So, factual.
He's fucking
These dudes
mad.
are scumbags. Tucking on my toe tail, and I don't blame them because I'm fucking awesome. Thank God I didn't know it till a year, 2 years ago.
Listen to this pompous, arrogant motherfucker. Like, he's just so appalled that someone would say these things. Motherfucker, I swear to God, dude.
Talk about for the rest of my life. I've had over 10 coincidences that are game changers. Look at them. I'm getting proof together. I'm literally making and doing shit and providing proof to everything I've said. There's somebody who's been with me through 99.9% of my stories.
Who is that?
Proof.
God? It's got to be God.
I have somebody that was there. I've headbutted Lane Stanley on accident while crowd surfing on acid at the masquerade, and he bled while singing Wood.
You know what? He offended me with that remark. Let's go back.
Have somebody that was there. I've headbutted Lane Stanley on accident while
Headbutted Lane Stanley
crowd surfing on acid at the masquerade.
While crowd surfing on acid at a concert one night.
And he bled while singing Wood.
He performed wood while bleeding.
He never skipped a beat. I did that. And even Bird Brains like that.
I whooped Lane Stanley's ass.
This is just some of the shit that I've done.
Into the flood again.
Oh my God, you're so fucking loud.
Way out there shit. And I want to see these bird brain bitches that do videos about me and insult me. If they're half the fucking coolness I am, both these putzes put together couldn't equal to maybe 1% of my life. Dirtbags.
He's like, bah humbug. Dirtbags. Sorry, Mike, you're getting me in trouble. I'm kind of waking people up, and I'm trying to talk about you, Mike.
Don't got nothing to fucking brag about, talk about. That's worth talking and bragging about. Talking about all the drugs you did, that's slime ball shit. Let's be honest, people. Grow up. 16-year-olds brag about drugs. 30 and 40-year-olds and grown people don't brag about drugs when they were...
Nobody's bragging about drugs, dude. You were going in on somebody who had a drug recovery channel. You thought you would throw a fucking jab at him and then he not say nothing and you not get upset? Now you're in this world of shit that you call life and you're doing this type of shit on the internet. How old are you? 49? 50?
So bad off on them that they nearly died and went into a coma. Oh, I so love the drugs, man. I used to eat bags, but I wound up almost dying. I'm going to sit here and still tell you how cool drugs are. You fucking pissant, low-life piece of shit. Tell the world how great drugs are. You in a coma for 5 days, and he's over here promoting drugs. Drug stories.
Guys, Birdman runs a channel about addiction and recovery. He's actually been very successful. He's got a very good track record since he straightened up. He's above and beyond everything of expectations needed, okay, or expected. Mike, who paints for a living, decides to pick on people way younger than him for simply telling their stories. But for some reason, his stories are a work of art. He goes on to bully, what is it, like e-bully or some shit, cyberbullying. We already know he's a stalker in real life. We've got fucking more than enough proof of that. Hell, he tells you it's from his own fucking mouth. We found out the other day he has a horrendous fucking charge against a child. Everything about this dude screams suspect, and that I don't think he should be free. I think, honestly, he should be behind bars in some kind of facility that will monitor him and keep him separate from the public, because he has tendencies that are very dangerous, and anything could evolve from him being free. So I don't agree with it. I don't think he should be free. I think he should be with a fucking ankle monitor. He should have to check into a parole officer at least once every 2 days. Yeah, it makes me sick.
For bird brains. So, like I said, two people so far have been my Jeff Hutcherson. You'll see in my comments. Mike would fight someone, nothing but fist fights.
He even name drops people that he knows, like people that are nobodies, like his friends or so-called friends. Like, who gives a shit if people can vouch for you and say, yeah, I was in a fucking story with this guy Mike once. Mike's involved in a million stories, and a lot of them you probably wouldn't even want to be a part of. So, guys, if Mike's screaming your name on the internet, just don't respond to it. Don't say nothing publicly to him. It won't be looking good.
Fist and cuffs a kid, and I'd fight anybody a foot taller than me. You'll hear Eric tell you the same thing. I'd fight Satan himself. So to sit there and contradict me for the shit that I've really done, Cray. When you find out that all that you've heard about me is all true.
You still don't even know my fucking name, dude. And it's been going on like a week or two now.
What are you guys gonna feel like then? And shit stains. And by the way, thank you. This is a shout out to all of my known friends and people. Thank you. These are known people that I associate with, do videos with. Thank you, Salute Gunner Allen. Thank you very much, Seth Ferrante.
Oh, name dropping some more. Come on, keep it flying.
Awesome dude. Thank you, Seth. He's opened doors for me. I'm friends with people now and collab with artists and all kind of crazy shit.
More than
you even know.
I wish I could play the sound of a blowjob going on, like a really slurpy, sloppy one while he's talking, because that's about what I'm imagining when I hear this shit.
More than just sinister. So, thank you, Seth, for bringing me into your world. I'm friends with all the ADD and prison genres in YouTube.
You fucking belong with a piece of shit.
Last night, let me just go ahead and tell it. Fuck it. Tazo TV brought me on his shit.
Name dropped again. Tazo TV. Come on, guys. He's gonna keep this fucking charade going until we're all gone, or he's gone first.
Last night, is gonna do a thing on me.
Look,
you guys don't have a clue what shit I'm doing out here.
You are such a fucking celebrity, dude.
That I'll be able to brag about. Brag about your video game videos. Your 39 Mark World fucking videos. So this is what kind of shitbag I'm dealing with, though. This low life.
Look at that nose hair.
Is so butthurt.
This nasty motherfucker has 15 cats living with him right now. Open litter box. He lives in a fucking bedroom with a toilet, okay? This is coming from a guy that lives in a bedroom with a toilet. 15 cats along with his girlfriend he's sharing this space with. He's doing fucking collabs with people on the internet that these people don't know who the fuck he is. They're just being nice, okay? Probably taking his money happily. So yeah, all these $50 deposits and shit you make on these $100-$200 video collabs you're probably paying for. It's probably why you're doing like one collab a month or two, you fucking piece of shit. You're giving these people money, and then you're sitting there, you make one little stupid 30-minute video with them, and all of a sudden you know them. You guys are friends. You're acquaintances. This is what you sound like, Mike.
He's going to talk about gay prostitute to my family. Do you know what kind of low-down, low-life slime ball you have to be to say that kind of shit to an 80-something-year-old woman?
Ha ha,
beyond a
that was
pathetic
funny.
dirtbag. I wish I would have been able to save it and show you guys, but I deleted immediately.
You should have kept a copy of it, nose hair man.
I'm embarrassed for him as much as myself. Somebody that would say that to a person that knows that that's a lie. It's a dirtbag slimeball thing to do. Should we be surprised, Bird Brain? Am I surprised, Cray? Are you people that support them surprised that this low-life piece of shit's talking about gay prostitute and abusing children, all this gay shit to
That's
my
you, though.
family? I've raised my kids. I spanked my kids and went to jail for them having a belt lash on their ass.
Yeah.
These
Did you hear that shit? Let's bring it back. Here's where he admits it. Hold on.
shit's talking about gay prostitute and abusing children, all this gay
Right there.
shit to my family. I've raised my kids. I spanked my kids and went to jail for them having a belt lash on their ass.
You don't just spank your child with a belt and then it gets reported and then you go to fucking jail over it. There was something behind that. They were going to put fucking charges on you, and they did. They fucking put charges on you, and they broke them down to a misdemeanor. I don't know why. Maybe because you argued that same thing you just said. You made it look like, oh, well, I used the fucking belt. It probably went a little too hard, and it fucking injured the child. But that shit would not get reported, dude, if this was not like a thing.
These dirtbags are going to take that and turn it around and make it try to seem like I'm a child abuser and all this sick, silly shit.
I think all they did was they just simply mentioned it to him, and he freaked out. He fucking freaked out and got upset. Because now it's out. Everybody knows.
Beyond pathetic. The charge will drop down to a misdemeanor. Do you know what it means when you get a misdemeanor for something?
Oh, I love this piece of shit. Look at that white shit around his mouth right there. That's all the lie juice coming out. It's piling up right there. Fucking nasty ass. So now he's going to explain what a misdemeanor means. He thinks a misdemeanor means is when you do something bad and then you get in trouble for it. Well, then if you can talk your way down, it ain't so much trouble. So it don't mean what you did was much badder. It means you're going to get a lesser charge. That's what he fucking says. Listen to this fucking piece of shit. You're going to try to tell us a misdemeanor because something gets broke down to a misdemeanor that the crime is less of an issue? You fucking weirdo.
Einstein's.
Who fucking thinks with that kind of logic?
It means you did very little harm.
Yeah.
Pathetic piece of shit. I'll never forget that.
You call everybody a pathetic piece of shit, but you're the one over here having to spout your fucking horrible fucking one of your arrest, one of many charges, okay?
Burbrain, guess what? I was going to bring you in on my collab, in my video. I was going to let you have your chance and shot. You don't think that I'm going to be well known in the next few years? You guys are really that fucking...
Y'all want to fuck with me and don't realize I'm going to be something in the next few years? Wait for this shit to simmer? Wait for my subs to grow? And I'm going to be a celebrity superstar!
Empty-headed. Think not dumb shits. You can see yourself in me doing videos with known dudes. You don't think
with known dudes.
The world
you hear that
has
shit?
seen my...
Wait till you see me doing videos with known dudes. I'm going to make sure that little white shit around my mouth is present too while I'm hanging out with them.
Videos? Do you think the world's seen your videos? What are you people's guesses?
The world has seen your videos.
Thoughts on this? Please chime in. Please chime in.
Oh, we are.
to you dirtballs, thank you at the same time. Because without
Look,
dark,
you
there could be
cannot
no
admit
light.
it. Fucking,
Thank you, Dirt.
Fucking admit it. You cannot watch this video and not focus on that white shit gathered around the side of his mouth.
Bags, you got.
There it goes. There it goes. Somebody screen grab that. Look, that's the fucking white shit. Look, I can see it from here, and I'm across the room. Damn, boy, you got some white shit over there, man. Is that lye juice? That's churned up from fresh lye talking.
Guys,
Ugh.
doors are being opened for me. And
Look.
And it's gonna
He wipes and still doesn't get it. He just smears it. Now it's all over here on the other. God.
be good, bad, and indifferent. Even dirtballs like these scumbags talking
Scumbags.
to my mom and my aunt.
Scumbags with spit flying out of my fucking face.
You low-life, pathetic piece of shit.
Yo,
The world.
you old juicy mouth ass motherfucker. You old donut cream ring around your mouth looking ass motherfucker. You old hanging out ass jungle root vine swinging with a fucking gorilla ass nose hair looking motherfucker.
will repay you for your stupidity. You will be repaid for your deeds.
Yeah.
Boosting up drugs. A guy that's spent 5 days in a coma. Boosting up drug stories.
He loves his impressions. I'll tell you what. Watch this shit.
The bird brain. Chime in, people. Thank you, Lady Cray.
He's walking around in public making these fucking, with spit on his face, walking around making these videos, talking all goofy in his own little foreign language that he knows in his head. And this is supposed to be entertainment?
Thank you, woman.
Thank you, woman.
So that's what it is. These are my prayers.
Wipes his mouth again and clearly misses again. Shout out to the Rams, though. They won the Super Bowl, did they not?
Being answered. These are my unanswered prayers being answered. And sometimes it's even slime.
These are
that
my
brings it to you.
unanswered prayers being
Slime.
answered.
What else? Yeah, shout out to you, Seth. Thank you very much.
Shout out to that nose
Shout
hair.
out to
Fucking nasty old man.
Donut. Follow
Donut.
Donut. That's my conspiracy dude.
Yeah.
I follow Donut. There's also a guy.
I follow people.
What's his name? Unplug him. Check out Unplug him on YouTube. He's got some really good Masonic occult knowledge for you. People should learn this stuff. It's hidden from you for a reason. So.
Man, what's
I'm
up with
here
the
to
chat?
do,
Come on, people, talk to me. Talk to me in the
no
chat.
one else is.
What do y'all think about this
You
fucking
guys are
clown?
huge things for
This
me to
poser.
Watch and see the people that I talk to that I haven't even mentioned. There's several. Keep an eye out. Remember, do something with your gifts. Don't be a bird brain.
Oh, yeah.
And don't do videos on video games and recover.
Because I streamed Dying Light 2, like the day after it came out. I'm such a fucking nerd and a poser.
Addicts, scumbag, Cray 0003, 0 negative, a loser, period.
Matter of fact, from now on, I would appreciate if you guys refer to me as Cray. That's pretty tight.
How do you do 39 videos of somebody in recovery? How do you do that? How do you do 39 videos on a guy that's in a bad way, obviously, in life? How do you kick him when he's down? I'll tell you how.
Mars, look, let me tell you something about Mars, because you ain't met old Mars. Mars is a fucking addict to gas station nootropics, and he's a little pretty boy that thinks because of his good looks, you should just give him everything. He's earned that right. He's slayed many, many women with that mindset. I think something's wrong with him. I think Mars is a little deformed. Like, he looks normal, like in a photo, but if you see his whole body in a video, the way he walks and stuff, it's like he has a bird chest and then he has like little legs. So his legs are like 2.5 feet long, but he has the torso and the upper half of a normal size person, I think. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Russell Calf family match pipes. Yes! Clean me, please, that crack pipe says. I'll agree with you. Clean me.
The bully in the lunchroom. He was always the miserable, mad at the world scumbag.
Oh, I was the lunchroom bully? If I remember correctly, I was the one that was terrified of getting crammed in a locker and picked on by the biggest, baddest, meanest kids in the neighborhood. I was never a bully like that, dude.
Piece of shit, taking people's stuff, bullying people, because his heart and his mind is his heart and mind's not right.
Yes, my heart and my mind is not right. I will very much agree with you there, Mike. You hit the fucking nail on the head. You wouldn't even begin to know, buddy.
Your heart and mind is not right if you do 39 videos on somebody that's a recovered addict.
Oh, well, he's not recovered, and yes, he's an addict, and I'm helping him put out content.
And Birdbrain, you call yourself a recovered addict?
That's a fucking lie. Birdman is recovered. I think everyone will forever be an addict, but Birdman's clean. He stays clean. He's doing what he's got to do. But you're accusing him and shooting him down for that. Like, it makes no sense what you're saying.
Huh? Just call it what it is, what you will. Call it, poser.
I have to turn his camera off, poser. So, that was that video. He did this one, his battery ran out or something?
Into contact with two people so far from my old past that know me. One was a guy on one of my videos here recently, and I just sent it out to go back through Jeff.
Yeah,
Jeff Hutchins.
Philosophist.
He's a childhood friend, guy that lived up the street I rode the bus with. It says it right there in his own words.
Yeah.
I would fight somebody. It didn't matter if they were a foot taller than me.
No,
Go
look
and find it yourself.
I tell you what, I think he's like this all the time. I think he's that goofy uncle that everybody has that nobody claims. And you just kind of got to deal with whatever he says or does. No, I could look at you right now and tell he dabbles. He dabbles in something. He might be a fly-by-night, hit a crystal pipe maybe once a month kind of guy. Because he's got to keep shit together. What little he has. I know he's probably smoking weed. He tokes a little half a J or something at lunch, at work or something. You know, people that do his kind of work, they'll walk off. And judging by today's availability of vapes, edibles, hell, we've got everything. There's a way you can get your marijuana intake. So I can guarantee he smokes weed on the reg, kind of, and then he probably hits a meth pipe probably once a month. Probably drinks on the weekends. He probably knew he had to tone that shit down because when he's walking around beating up his family members and shit, he realized he has to tone that shit down. Oh, wait, I wonder why they don't live with him. He's not with the baby mother or the children, so, I mean, they're either grown up or somehow he had gotten separated in his early years of his life from them.
If you know so much about me, and if you know so much about me,
I could just look at you and fucking guesstimate, bro. It's that bad.
For one, you'd know that I was attempted suicide when I was 15. Was suicidal up and through my 20s. But you knew all that, right? So you think that kind of shit just goes away? Someone goes from being suicidal to being normal? No, they don't. They stuff it in deep down inside, and they do what it takes to get by, to live, to survive. Truth of the matter
Fargo.
is, I didn't think I would live past the age of 21.
Yeah,
Okay?
it's
So
called
surprised
internet
to be
drugs.
49 as you are.
Yeah.
This video, hang on with me, people. Okay, this is recently.
Do I have time to go grab a beer? Hang on.
Damn, I don't
No, because this video is about to be over.
My friend Eric. who I ran into coincidentally
We don't care.
while passing a hospital. A mad, insane coincidence.
Another
Bird
coincidence,
brains.
guys. Another coincidence. Go figure.
Look the story up.
Okay. Look the story up. He says that all angrily, like. And then, of course, we went over this one. This was the one where he Aaron really fucking put his foot up his ass. He didn't like it. So, and then did you all watch this one? The one with where he was like being goofy in the closet. This will be a good one to play while I go grab that.
For people that don't know anything.
Check out our fucking new actor on the rise.
Because if you did, you'd know what a bird brain I am. Strap on, guys.
Strap on.
Strap on. Bird brain drug stories. We're doing bird brain drug stories. Because we got kingpins. We bought into ounces of cocaine. Look what a bird brain this guy is. Look at this guy. I'm gonna just give you a couple of clips of what a dipshit this guy is. Yeah, we know what time it is. Buckle up, strap up. We're going in the Birdman time machine. I got to give my best impression. Bird brain drug stories. I'm going to tell you some more lies and shit that never really happened because I'm that much of a dumbass. I don't know that people can't tell the difference when I'm lying or not. Guess what, bird brain? The world can, dumbass. You 20-year-olds, I know you ain't figured it out yet, but you'll figure out. When a guy talks about, this is a liar. This is what a bird brain is. People that really lived and were in that life don't brag that much about it. They know better. They don't have to brag. When you brag, you're showing how insecure and what a loser you are. Loser alert. Let's get in a bird brain mobile. I ate an ounce of cocaine one time. I took a bite into an ounce of cocaine, and
oh god,
kingpins, and I used to get my fucking sober living house.
You did, yeah, it's true, you did.
You believed me.
Look, he's so high tech. He's so high tech. He has to be in a closet. That's the recording booth, right? Then he pulls his phone up to another phone, but then he has to wait to upload all these videos at McDonald's the next day on his lunch break. Because he has no Wi-Fi at the house, or probably no internet. He's probably on the old folks internet package plan where they don't know what they're buying, and so the guy at Verizon just gives them the fucking $20 a month package, which is like 13 megabytes of like data and unlimited minutes or some shit. You know, I know you've all seen that, but that's what kind of tech this guy's rocking. And he thinks he has a chance and a shot with celebrities. One day he will get his fucking interview with Howard Stern or something. I don't know.
Bird brain clowns for bird brains. I mean, look at this guy.
Yeah.
Just look at him. Bird brain. Strap in, guys.
This guy's worse than Mars. There's no help.
I used to know kingpins. I used to be called Bird Brain. I got a boyfriend named Craig.
Still don't know my name.
And I'm going to pretend like I was a druggie at one time. But guess what? I did ecstasy a couple of times. I did heroin a couple of times. The truth is, I'm a dork. Let me shout out the one words. Spoon. Cocaine.
What the fuck?
Lighter.
This is somebody's husband. This is somebody's dad. Somebody get this guy out the closet for real.
Bird brain. Opiates.
Yeah, I'm believing that.
Clowns.
Oh my god.
This is bird brain drug stories. You still believe me,
Look,
guys?
look, he's looking at himself in the phone,
No.
smiling like this is funny.
Spoons.
He's like, man,
Lighter.
this is gonna be one hell of a knockout. Cocaine.
Cocaine.
Yes, I got it.
Strobe lights.
Hey, don't you
Winter
knock the
chicken
lights.
dinner.
Yeah. So, I think his little nephew's been playing Fortnite because all of a sudden he started saying this winter chicken dinner. I mean, I know that's like old folk slang, but he's really been trying to get it in with that lately. I think he personally likes that little cute phrase.
I'm friends with guys like Craig. Hey, Craig, you wanna be my friend? And they'll make fun of Mike because I can't do it on myself.
Wait a minute.
They call me Bird Brain.
Are you really
I do
Birdman? That kind of looks like Birdman. No, that ain't Birdman. That's just Mike with a pair of glasses.
Stories for Bird Brains.
Yeah, Fargo. Sorry, I already aired your
Birdbrain.
video. Let me talk to Fargo for a minute. Fargo, are you there? Talk to me, Fargo. So, when this video's over and you go back to watch it, you're going to see in the beginning that I covered that guy, the guy with the cancer. We showed him your video, Fargo, where he was talking shit about you, and you may get offended. I'm just saying. Just prepare yourself when you rewatch this.
How many times do you think you were gonna hear about his one time he was in a coma?
Oh, Mike's
I
back.
tell you,
Mike's back.
a lot.
Mike's back.
When you can see right through somebody,
Take the hat off, Mike.
it doesn't take much to see through a poser druggie. This is a poser druggie.
That looks like
This is what a
Drake.
poser is. So get it right.
Man.
Get it right.
I didn't know you were friends with Drake. That's so cool, Mike. You gonna stalk Drake too? Is Drake on your fucking list of people to stalk now? I think your favorite rapper is the artist known as Drake.
Bird brain. A guy that talks that much about drugs and boosts him up, and you claim to be a recovered addict, and you boost drugs up in all your stories, you're a bird brain. And if you watch Bird Brain, you're a bird brain. If you can't tell a faker, this is Island Boys in the recovery drug community. This is the Island Boys.
Island Boys, really?
Clown. Jump back into the Birdmobile.
Okay, now he's back to Birdman, okay? He's back to Birdman now.
Oxys. Kingpin.
He's
Cray.
Cray. I like how he just pops up and goes, Cray, like he had birthday cake on his fucking lips or something.
Candles.
Candles?
Can you say tool?
You're the tool.
Can you say bird brain? Bird brain.
See, he added that on his own. I don't know how that kind of got folded into his shtick of a Birdman attempt, but that's completely not, like, that's probably for him. Okay, what a video. Here, let's check this one out. Fuck it.
Updates and all that.
Okay, this was the
Updates.
beginning stages of when he was talking shit about us. He was more serious back then.
So, updates.
Before the charges.
Can tell you a little bit about
Yeah.
these pathetic-
I'm going to sponsor a Kratom
Bring up speed
company
one more time,
called
and
Kratom.
That's it. I'm done with these cheerleaders. So, first we'll just talk about the cheerleaders, as I've explained.
No, I don't feel like it.
Poser, who's completely
Whoops.
brain, and his car's like old as dirt. Probably early 2000.
Okay, we've already seen that one. Let's go to his channel. Hold on. Do y'all want to see some of his quickies?
Hey,
Watch him harass people.
thank you. Take care. Have a nice day.
Look, he's got his phone out. See the shadow?
Have a nice day, bitch.
Damn! Have a nice day. What?
I hope I got. Did I get it? Did I get it?
Oh, you got it.
Psycho people.
You guys don't double phone, bro?
Hey.
He's like, bye, bitch. Watch the phone shadow. There it goes. I'm going to screen record that.
Have a nice day, bitch. I hope I got. Did I get it? Did I get it?
He's asking about his mask. I hope I have a mask in here.
Psycho people. Am I recording?
Metachlorian? What the fuck?
Hey. New vet. Damn, that thing's dope. Looks like a Lamborghini Ferrari, don't it? That's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
New vet. What'd you say? This was the mayor's house at one time? The governor?
Oh, here he goes. Fucking name dropping again. How did I not expect this?
Governor Summer House.
Somebody tag Governor Summerhouse in this video.
Wow. Uh-huh.
Tag Governor Summerhouse.
That's his pool and his down
Yeah, and I
there.
think that was like the first kidney-shaped pool in Atlanta.
Really?
Yeah, and his house is super cool.
That's awesome. This was, who was it? The governor? The mayor?
The governor, I think. I don't know who he was in the 20s, but...
Oh, in the 20s.
Eh,
Nice.
in the 20s.
Right.
You way off, bro.
Dr. Cooper Avalon over there. So he was going to make it a historic house,
Uh-huh.
but he put the Avalon, couldn't do it.
Right. Yeah, it's huge.
It is. It goes like, it goes everywhere.
Wow, that's nice. It's beautiful. Okay, thank you.
Nowadays they just talk, but they talk about
Doing something today. They had this big feast right next to his house. They've got all the security.
Yes.
The Rock's doing something here. He lives right next to a church. This is all people dealing with The Rock. I don't know what they got going on, but they're doing something. And they wouldn't tell me shit.
So I'm guessing he's meaning like the world-renowned actor The Rock, because it says, "What is The Rock's up to today?" Powder Springs, Georgia. So once again, name dropping. I walked in The Rock's old house, one of his properties he owned at one time.
But, you know, my nosy ass will be coming back through here on my way home after work. So, let's see what The Rock's gonna, you know, do anything.
In a quarter
They
mile,
got
turn
cops
left onto Villarica
on
Road.
all their properties, on all around his properties, got cops, security.
Got the cops on the Rock's tops.
Like I said, he's doing something at the church next door. I drove up in there, and they won't tell me shit. And, so, let's see if The Rock does.
So he's attempted to find out if The Rock was going to be present. See, he's already stalking other celebrities, dude. Somebody tag The Rock, please.
Does anything for Powder Springs, Georgia. It's doing something today. They had this big feast. Rick Ross's house. Would you get a load of that?
Yeah, dude, Rick Ross knows that people know his house. He is so used to having people pull up on the side of it. This is completely useless information right now.
Just coincidentally drove by. Nice.
And you know what? Rick Ross doesn't even stay at that home anymore, hardly. Like, he and his family take care of the property, and they've fixed it up. But Rick Ross knows this particular house of his is known and well known in the area. So he's, like I said, him pulling up, showing us this, it's useless. Like, it doesn't really mean shit.
Lamborghini SUV. First time I've ever seen
Get
one
that
of
plate,
those.
yeah.
Get up next to this guy and see what she looks like. A Lamborghini SUV. Damn, that thing is dope.
That is kind of fresh.
if you recall, I talked about a guy downtown Kennesaw. Let's see, White History Year. Recall from the stories. This is Wild Man's. Wild Man is the name of him. Downtown Kennesaw. If you know my stories, guns.
So I'm starting to think Mike's an adventurer. He goes out and sees like famous places, landmarks, etc., etc. I too was an explorer. I've got some pretty cool places I've been to.
Allow, go away. This is downtown Kennesaw, where I said it's a law to own a gun. This is Wild Man's.
But you can't.
I told you. ADD fam. Fuck it. We're gonna drop that video tomorrow. Freemason Lodge. I swore I wasn't gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Pictures are up on Instagram. You gotta check it out. Quite interesting.
He's got an Instagram? Let's go check it out.
Stay tuned. Stay ADD.
Stay ADD, guys. And here's that scuffed ass Seth Ferranti meal that he put on YouTube. See how it's just doing this? That's because this little video snippet's only like 2 seconds long.
Has anyone ever seen this before?
Yeah, we got plenty of them around here.
An ice machine, like a building. It's just an ice machine. Is that all this is? It's just an ice machine?
Yep, bagged ice.
Drinks or nothing? You're on video. You're on candid camera. Say hi.
Did he say don't be doing that, boss?
Has anyone ever seen this before? An ice machine, like a building is just an ice machine. Is that all this is? It's just an ice machine? They don't sell drinks or nothing?
Well, I mean, it's fair to say that if you keep some of the ice in a cup, it will melt and you can drink it, Michael. If that counts. But yeah, it's just a big ice dispenser machine.
You're on video. You're on candid camera. Say hi.
Don't be doing that, Hoss.
Hey, this is Scotty. This is the guy that slipped off the roof 25, 30 years ago. I'm fixing to show him to you. I'm not going to go bragging this. It's
another once upon a time story.
People are proud of. Let me see if I get this thing straight.
While he's on a roof. Hey!
See the guy with the glasses?
Let me ask you about that time, that story you fell off the roof while I'm on the roof. Asking you about it.
Hey, this is Scotty.
He just fucking spies on people.
Holy shit, he's running! He's running! Yo! Oh my god, Middletown! The K9s! Holy crap! Yo! What the heck? At the Middletown.
Dog!
Okay, I guess that's the last one for that. So we went through all of his little shorts or whatever. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it though. I mean, what is this, his Gunnar Allen Lindblom video?
5 years old.
Me too.
So
same thing they did to me. 5 years old, by the way. I was 5 years old. They put me on, at one point, they had me in up to 80 milligrams of Ritalin a day.
Oh, we got something in common.
80 milligrams. So that's 4 white 20 milligram pills a day. And I'm telling you, those things didn't do nothing to stop me. They did nothing to slow me down. Nothing. Zero. I would experiment. I'd take them. They just change me, and then I wouldn't take them. I'd act like I'd take them and spit them in the sink. never did nothing to me. I never felt them once. Anyway, so I get it.
So it worked for me. The day I took it, that night, my teacher called my mom and asked her what had happened. You know, it had some miracle breakthrough
Really?
from the day that, yeah,
Crazy.
just from the first day. You know, I couldn't pay attention, and you know all that kind of shit. You know the deal. So yeah, it worked for me, but it set a pathway to drugs. You know.
Yeah.
So we're programmed at 5 years old. We're fed speed. So, you know, what do you think
Who would give a 5-year-old fucking speed?
is going to happen later in life? So I became an addict over the years, and I wind up finding God. But I truthfully found God.
Don't flash forward. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. At what point did you become an addict, and what were you an addict of? Were you young, 12, 14, 16 years old? What did you get hooked on?
First started smoking weed at 13, 14. At 15, I spent that entire year in mental institutions and rehabs. And when I got out, I had met the biggest acid dealer in my high school. So I started doing acid and shrooms and all that at a young age. Yeah. You know, in our day, I'm in Atlanta, and shrooms came from Georgia Southern, and you know they were as easy to get as cigarettes at one time, right?
Yeah.
So I did the psychedelic thing, but that, you know, was not really addictive. And then on to cocaine and crack, and doing that for many years. And then 20 years ago, getting hooked on opiates, right? Tried my first Percocet and was pretty much hooked ever since, and went from snorting Roxy 30s for 10 years to wound up with a needle in my arm and ODing, and that's what finally did it for me. That's what finally snapped me out of it, and I'm 2+ years clean now because of it.
Wait, you keep flashing forward to the ending. There's
Wow.
that's a hell of a long ride, man. So what got
out of all those fucking years
at first?
So out of all those fucking years, he's only been sober consciously for the last 2 as of filming of this video. Jesus Christ, man. Like,
and then tell me a couple of crazy stories, because I got some crazy stories. Because when I was on heroin, bro, there were most of the time I had some big dealers, pretty big dealers. One of my cousins was a huge heroin dealer, and I could go to him. But after I burnt him out, it's a long story. Now
look, before you really start to think so much about this guy, Gunner, he's a very nice guy. He brings people on, people with stories. Although he puts on a good show and a good channel, I think the talent he's looking for, he ends up going for... I think he rolls his dice on anyone, because when they come to him and they say, I've been on drugs, I'm clean now, and I've got quite a story, he hears that and he feels compelled to give you a shot. Like, he wants to hear it. I think a lot of the guests... I think Gunner is a good dude or whatever, but I think the people he brings on, he doesn't realize they are like piece of shits. And so it's kind of like he doesn't know what he's signing up for when he brings them on, you know? And so people like this end up next to him, and then he runs away from that and says, oh, I was on a show with Gunner Allen Lindblom. I'm a fucking Johnny Depp now, you know? And it's like, man... The internet can be a cruel place.
Got busted, and they thought I was telling, but I wasn't. You know, I was shook. So I would go to dope houses in Detroit, bro, and I'd rob them. You know, but before I'd rob them, I'd be staking them out and shit. I was in a dope house, staking a house out to rob it when it got robbed. So I'm standing there in a dope house, debating when and how I'm going to rob this dope house.
Look, I have Mars's. Mars was on the fucking Gunner Allen Lindblom show. I have that episode on my channel. He was so fucking proud that I uploaded that. Mars was like my best friend for like 3 days. He was so happy that I did that. And like, I couldn't get a good clear copy of it. So it was like a shitty, small, like, you would have had to have watched it on your phone kind of video. And Mars was so, like, that was like a fucking defining moment to be on Gunnar Allen Lindblom's show. And Mars, at least this dopehead fucking had the balls to turn his camera on and actually do it. Mars just hangs out in the comments, gives some super chats, and then hangs out for the show, comments during the show, and then somehow he finagled and weaseled his way up on out to Gunnar's thing, and then like they brought Mars on, but Mars was brought on as a phone call, and it was a terrible interaction because the phone was delayed versus the live air on the YouTube or whatever as Gunnar was having the show. And so a lot of the stuff Mars was saying was getting jumbled up and just fucked up, and they just kept having to do a couple of huhs and what'd you say and what was that, and it tanked. It like real bad. Mars's episode with Gunnar was not good, and I guarantee this one's probably not going to be any better. It's only going to be a little better only because there's video to follow the audio. But other than that, it's this fucking dope shit talking to Gunnar.
Another teen comes in here, gunned up, and robs a dope house. And I'm just like, yo, no. So, I mean, I know you've seen some stuff. That's what I'm saying. I know you've seen some stuff out there. So tell me about some of that stuff.
The worst.
Yeah, I will say that.
Every large dealers, got posted.
Mars is fucking lazy. He's entitled, and he feels like everybody owes it to him. At least this guy will actually get out there and knock on some fucking internet doors and request. And sometimes he's probably had a lot of no's before he's heard a lot of yes. And I'm sure he's told some of these yes, oh, I've been with so-and-so, and I've been on so-and-so. So they hear that, and they go, oh, well, this guy's a somebody. And they bring him on in high hopes that they're going to fucking bring on this badass experience. But in reality, it just turns out to be another fucking burnout that had to tone his life down. And now that he's sober, he had to find a new pipe dream to follow.
Police hot on the trail. When I finally come to the end realization that I couldn't find a drug dealer that wasn't wanted and known by the police. I had to go from one drug dealer to the next because I got pulled over 2 days in a row. That was some mad crazy shit. Left the dope house, left my dope man's house, get pulled over. I just made up a shot, right? I had a fresh shot and a needle was holding it between my legs, and here's cop lights behind me. Had gotten good and was
dude, you are not the first person.
Shot while driving.
Mike, you are not the first person in the history of ever to have a fresh hot shot and a needle syringe waiting to go, and there's fucking blue lights behind you. It's called the fucking dope life. When you're dealing with shit to keep you from getting sick, you're gonna have to stop, drop, and roll no matter where you're at. You're gonna have to do that dope. You have to bang that shot, do whatever, or you're gonna get sick. You're not the only guy ever to have these kind of stories, is what I'm getting at. Like, what you're telling Gunnar is the most generic shit ever.
In the blink of an eye, right? I'm not 2 miles down the road from the dope man's house, and I got a shot between my leg, and I see the lights. And I talked my way out of it. He kept asking me, are you medicated, son? Are you okay? You okay to drive? Are you medicated? Can I search the car? Yada, 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 I've been there, I've been there, so I knew what to not say, but, I wound up having to eat my dope. So the very next day, I eat the dope and shit out the bag, but not the dope. So the very next day,
really? You're lucky you didn't die, bro.
Don't worry, it was only a 20 sack.
Dude, if a half gram of pure dope, if you ingest it, you're dead. You're dead.
I know. But,
probably hurt his liver,
I'm
but
shooting a couple of grams a day.
I keistered an ounce of heroin before, a full ounce up my ass, full ounce, size of a golf ball up my ass. I got pulled over. I had no choice.
That ain't shit, Gunnar.
I talked about it on the show. I said, "Dad, keistered an ounce of heroin." I mean, it was what it was. I had no other way to hide it. I knew I was going to jail. I had no choice.
Hell, there was a guy in my neighborhood. He got arrested, pulled over. He had an ounce under his nuts. Got arrested. Cops didn't really frisk him. He was sitting in the middle of the police station, handcuffed, with an ounce under his nuts, waiting on his mom to come pick him up. Can you imagine sitting in the middle of a police station with an ounce of weed under your nuts, and you're like 16 years old? You're in juvie, but like, anything could have fucking happened, and you're sitting here like in that predicament. Like these stories are not uncommon. Like all you people are gonna swap your fucking dope stories. Like
plucked it up my ass. They brought the dogs in and everything, sat me on the curb, dog went around me. I got no underwear on, nothing. They shook me down. Had I got busted with that heroin, I would have, got probably 5 years in prison for that. But,
right.
So continue. So with
yeah, really.
What happened?
So the very next day, my dumb ass, as addict does, goes back for round 2. And so I think I'm going to be slick about it. So I send my wife and a guy I'm selling pills to, right? So we're now talking different people, different cars. So my wife...
Yeah, that's what I thought. If you had to eat the heroin, you're going to digest it. It's not going to hit the same, probably.
He doesn't even know about the heroin, right?
Good call.
My wife gets the heroin, and I'm sitting in a parking lot across the street, right?
Are these are black drug dealers you're going to? You're going to black drug dealers?
What the fuck does that got to do?
Of course, Man,
he got the hair on.
Old black men, been in the game for, decades.
Well, definitely old black man's going to be selling the oxys and pills. They don't sell pills up in Detroit.
Everything. I was getting myself a $500 a week in debt habit every week. By the time I got paid, I already owed $500.
Yeah,
so it was ridiculous,
I had about a $200.
You look like that type.
Habit when I was at the height of mine. It was horrible, but
right.
And that's why I was so desperate for money, doing crazy stuff. Because between paying my bills and paying my my lifestyle, I maintained a really nice house, car, toys, all these things. Fiance, plus a freaking $200, $300 a day habit. It made me do crazy stuff. So what did you do, crazy wise?
I used to have to work like a madman. I do construction literally like a madman.
I don't know how you do it, man. Guys. I don't know how guys can do it. Like work and be that high. Because I have dope, keep me going.
Damn.
Yeah, but most junkies don't work, bro. Most of them don't.
I know.
They thieve, they scam, they rob, they beg, they borrow.
I got to that point. That's part of what
it sounds to me like when you get to the point of where you're selling dope and you're doing it, it's all gonna come tumbling inward because you can't be doing it and selling it once. Especially when that shit has you nodding out, you're fucking it's the habit itself creates a lifestyle and it's not gonna be working out. So everybody's basically a drug dealer turned fucking junkie or some shit, however you want to say it.
Led me to quit, and I definitely got to that point. I have given myself black eyes to avoid paying several $100, made it look like I got beat up and robbed.
Yeah.
And wound up robbing the dude that got pulled over my wife. So back to that story. So my wife and this guy are leaving the dope man's house. I'm in the parking lot across the street. They get pulled over in the parking lot that I'm in. They do this. They never bring the dogs, but they do this formal, investigation.
What the fuck was he saying? He said my wife and some guy got pulled over in the same parking lot I was pulled over in. What is your wife doing with the other guy? I mean, the story gets deeper, I'm sure.
Search my wife. They basically know, right? They've left the dope man's house. They're guaranteed they got drugs. Yeah. Two cops pulled them over, shook them down. She hit a gram in the back seat in one of the shoes. The cops looked in the car and never found the heroin, right? The guy winds up having to eat all 10 of his Roxys at one time, right?
Oh, so hell no.
This is going on like 45 minutes. Now this guy's starting to, wobble and slur. So they tell him they know he's fucked up. He's got a script. He goes to the doctor anyways. So he got lucky because, he had empty Roxy bottle, right? So they tell him, but you can't drive, yada, yada, yada. Searched my wife, told them they knew they were on drugs, all this bullshit, right? Thank God the dogs never came. They get her to call me on the phone, right? So I had this already pre-planned and thought out. So I have this stories. I'm late getting off work. This is why this guy's picked my wife up from work, and he's a friend of mine's taking her home for me. This is the story. Yeah. The police call me. I'm in the parking lot watching them as this is going on, right? They don't know that's me. I'm at the other end of the parking lot.
Yeah.
And I tell them a story. Like I said, my wife's, I'm laid off work, so buddy of mine's taking my wife home. Yada, 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 bullshit. Hour or so goes by. This kid winds up having to call his son to come pick him up. The cops pull off. They're gone about, not a minute. The cops had just left. I hot tail it over there, squealing tires, get out, jump out of my car, go into his back seat. I already know now. I've talked to my wife on the phone. I know what it is.
Yeah.
Brian, get in the back seat, get the dope out of the shoes, jump in my car, and he's like, dude, what are you doing? What the fuck? Police just left. What are you doing? Yada, yada, yada. And I jumped and I said, sorry, dude, jumped in my car and hot tailed it. And so,
Yeah.
so I had to leave that drug dealer to go into another drug dealer who was even worse hot. All the people I ran with, 50 of them all went to jail. Me out of probably 70 people, 50 of them went to jail.
You were in a fucking ring,
and dodging
dude.
the police every day.
That's what happened. He was part of a ring, a little small ring for that town. They all probably fucking knew each other and just brought each other in on business. And he was probably one of the lower level outer parts of the ring that he was your typical foot soldier. Like, he'd probably sell a little here and there. And he probably had somebody that he reported to and basically just brought the money back to. But he ended up probably doing the fucking dope and having to pay for it. Like, I'm sure shit like that happens too.
Why didn't you find more drug dealers? I mean, in Detroit, there's there is a heroin and crack cocaine house on at least probably 2 or 3 on every block for miles. Every block, the entire city, the whole city.
If it get desperate to go to the city, go to the bluffs here, but you're dealing with people you don't know.
Yeah. I get it.
You're talking about getting jacked, dope not being right.
Dude, I don't know. I get it. I used to go down in the ghetto, and once I discovered I took a liking to robbing drug dealers in the hood. It was kind of a rush. It was kind of a rush. Me and my cousin would do it. I had a couple cousins that would do it with me. And in the beginning, when I first did it, I didn't like it. I was really scared, and I had a couple bad experiences. I got a shootout. I've told the story, I think, where we walk in, guy comes down the stairs. I said to the guy, I got him on the floor, hands behind your back. I got my boy zip tie him. I said, anybody else in this house, if I see him, I'm gonna hit you first. No, nobody's here. No. And around that second, dude comes down the stairs over here and peels the corner and opens fire on us. Pop, 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 pop. Fires like 6 shots at me, and I'm talking 10 feet away. Fires 6 shots from 10 feet. I was kind of froze up for a second. Pop, pop, pop. And I was like, oh, I'm dead. But then I was like, shoot. I swung my gun on him. So pop, 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 pop. He ran back up the stairs. I'm shooting to the wall. Pop, 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 where I think he is. He ducks up the wall. I cannot believe, but I don't have a freaking scratch on me. I couldn't believe it, bro. It was like the movie Pulp Fiction, bro. Like, all the bullet holes were around me, but not in me. Like, I was there. So those type of situations, like in the city proper, robbing them type of drug dealers. I shot a couple of them, in the leg and stuff. I didn't really. I didn't mind doing that because they were most of them were scumbags anyways. I'd get them to where I could rob them for a couple G's, and then move on to the next one because there's so many of them in Detroit. I could drive down the street right now in Detroit, see the first black person walking down the street, say, "Yo, we're gonna get some blow, man. My guy's dried up." They go, get in the car, and he said, "Drive me 2 blocks, turn the corner right. Here you go." I don't want to just give you my money and take off. I want to meet the guy. I come in. I say, "Here's $20 to make the introduction." They'll bring you in there. I go into there. Guy say, "Hey man, what's up, man? I hustle in the suburbs. I got a couple of freaking chicks that are dope fiends. Every day they buy a couple $100 worth of dope, man. They're basically tricking out in the suburbs. They need dope. Go clean dope." I say, "I'll buy 2-3 bundles a day from you." All right, here's the deal. Bundles are $90. Blah blah blah. I'm gonna go out there and sell them a pack for one blow for $15. So I could, and they get the 12 in a bundle for $90. So I get them doing that with me for a couple of weeks. So I get it up to where I'm coming in going, here, I need $2,000 worth, 2,000-3,000. Now I'm buying fingers, grams, half ounces, things like that. And then one day I'm just like sick of it. And I just walk in and say, "Yeah, let me get the ounce." And they're like, yeah. And I pull out a pistol. I said, "Get on the freaking floor now." And then that's that. And I get them. and I'd zip tie him up, and I'd leave, take the dope, money, guns, jewelry, and be gone, and go find another one, and just do another one, and another.
Yeah, then what fucking happens? You have all these pissed off dope dealers with guns looking for you. Yeah, that's real smart.
Another one. But I like burn the east side of Detroit, bro. The east side I kind of burned up doing that. It's very dangerous because I robbed so many of these motherfuckers that now I'm driving around in the neighborhood, and if I walk into a house, and one of these motherfuckers that I robbed were in the house, we'd have a big problem. And I had ran into them in the street with the ones that I robbed, and we got in gunfights. You know that motherfucker, pop, 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 pop. But anyways, so that's what you were doing?
Yeah, I've robbed a few. I've ran off on quite a few crack dealers.
Look,
you know, I used to run them off back in the day. They come up to the.
He said, I robbed. No, I ran off. No, he went up, got a front, got whatever. Just never came back. He ran off on the plug, man. He ran off on the plug.
Car. I barely got away on one of my stories. I'm getting crack, right? And the parking lot's right next to the highway. I mean, literally, like right next to it, right? I'm getting crack. I'm behind this apartment complex off, in the heart of Atlanta. And a cop comes and stops on the other side of the fence and shines his light at me, right? I said, oh, fuck. The exit to the highway is like 20, maybe 50 yards max, right? He guns on it. I gun on it. I step on it. I got like 10 hands in my car, right? All these dudes trying to sell you crack. I say, sorry, got to go. Gun it. People's arms, people are falling over and they dropped all the crack in my car. I stomp it. I actually have a video of showing where this was, right? How close to the highway. As soon as I pull out of this apartment complex and bust a left, cop comes around the corner. Like literally 10 seconds, 5 seconds sooner, he'd have seen me coming out of there. He would have nailed me. Insane.
So,
yes, so I got home and I had crack for months hidden in the car. I was putting crack baggies out the seat for days.
Yeah, weeks, right, motherfucker.
I knew a crackhead who would rob crack dealers like that, but he would do it. They'd stick their hand in the
and then pull off.
Pick a couple 20s and they'd stick them in the window and then
slap their hand and go.
Slap their hand and go. But they got hip to that though. They got hip to it, so they wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Or they might grab. They might put a pistol out, grab. Is what happened. They caught him one time, beat him up real bad. They held him for hostage a couple times. These guys cracking my girlfriend's ex brother. He was a total freaking scumbag. So, anyways, so your addiction progressed on crack until you were eventually, introduced to heroin. It started with pills. It always does. Some Percocets or Percodans or whatever. And you're like, wow, this feels good. And it helps me come down from the crack, you know what I'm saying? So I can sleep and function normal. Because people were just saying to me, like I've shared in the last month or two, like 5 different stories where I was doing cocaine. But I wasn't doing much cocaine though. It was like very little. Like I'd buy a gram and it would last me a week, which is not very much, Wow. And so I would just, before I do a bump, before I'd bang up dope, I would bang up a line of coke, and that would get me all like ziggity boom for a few minutes, and then I hit that D, and then bang, calm right down. So I just kind of liked that sensation, and I went through it like maybe 4 or 5 times over 10 years, where for like a week I bought a gram. I'm like, let's do a little cocaine, but it always made me paranoid and freaking weird crap like that. So it was not really my drug of choice. I didn't really like it, but I really shot it. I
never smoked coke. I've only smoked it.
Well, mostly I snorted it, but I had shot it too. Shooting it's a trip, but dude, it makes me real paranoid and like hallucinate and stuff, bro. Like hallucinate every time I've ever done cocaine like that. I hallucinate. I get these. I feel like the cops are right there, and I see them. I see them. They're not really there, but I see cops undercovers. Everybody's looking at me. It's just people are chasing me. It's crazy, man. I mean, it's just crazy. So I don't really like it. So what happened with you, man? So you get to your point. What's your low point?
My lowest point is panhandling, where I eventually got to where I just was lethargic. I couldn't even work anymore. I pulled it off for so many years, but I got to a point where my addiction was so bad that I couldn't work. I banged dope for about 2 years successfully, and then I fell off.
Only a 2 year, man. You're like a weekend warrior.
Handling all that. As I discussed, I have a video on. I got an abscess in my arm that I had to have cut out. That was the size of a baseball. You can set a Coke can in my arm. Surely you can see that. You see that?
God damn.
Yeah.
It's like that long.
That's terrible.
From a miss and not cooking dope. This thing. Look how big of that. This thing is fucking gnarly, right? So I get to where it's hurting, it's killing. So I finally ask a guy if he'll help me drain it at work. And we go to the bathroom and it won't drain. So finally I knew, my son's, no, I'm in the middle of a video. I'm busy. I don't know. Find something. Sorry. So
shutting off his child for this fucking story.
The abscess.
Oh yeah, the abscess. Okay, so
Damn, man.
So it gets to where it's burning and killing me. Finally, I just tapped.
You sat there and fucking shunned your child in front of Gunner, man. Gunner's all fucked up. Look at him. He's all fucked up on something. Listen to your sorry ass story.
So I go to the hospital, right? And as soon as I get there, they rush me right back to the right back. And they immediately hooked me up to IVs. Usually when you go to the hospital, you have to sit and wait, out in the thing out in the lobby. They rushed me right back.
They're like, look, this fucking junkie's about to die of septic shock if we don't get him in there right now.
I was in bad shape. They were saying that I was, another day or so would have been lost my arm. If I'd have possibly made it another day or so after that, I'd be dead. So they cut this thing out. I'm in the hospital a week, right? It's this
on the government dime.
I get home, my wife's got to I got to fill this thing full of gauze, fill a hole in my arm full of gauze, and change it every day. And if I I can't even explain the pain to you. You could imagine.
Yeah, see, if he would have had insurance and all that shit, this would have been taken care of medically by a licensed physician. But because they knew the predicament he was in and what was going on and what caused it and whatnot, and he wasn't going to stop doing the dope, that they were just like, all right, well, this is what you need to do so that XYZ don't happen, and then just fucking pray, motherfucker. You better hope it works.
This open sore wound, and you're having to clean it every day. The most vile, disgusting shit you could possibly imagine. My arm was exposed. You could see into my. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. Stop telling me. I don't want to know anymore.
He's gonna throw up. I got that and necrotizing pneumonia, and so
what?
That was God telling me. And then I finally get to where I OD, and I know that's it. I'm the next time that's it. Yeah. I knew that was my final wake up call. And so, like I told you, I met God in a very profound way. People say they found him and, whatever. But he spoke to me one day to let me know that, it made me a believer. The coincidence was so fucking out there. I was trying to, put it on paper to you, but it's too hard to even write out.
I want you to tell me that now next, but I want people to hear quickly my story real quickly is that I overdosed 3 times with heroin. I believe I was going to overdose and die. While I was in the process of overdosing and dying, I screamed out to God, and I said, God, I don't want to go yet. Save me. And in that instant, I came back. Dude, all 3 times were the same, where I did a bunch of dope, man. I did like 7 packs of dope. I cooked up like 7 packs. It's a lot of freaking dope, man. 7 packs. I mean, it's 7 max spoons of dope, of good dope. Cooked it up. I remember one time I was at the I was getting a system put in my I had a Suzuki Grand Catera. Kind of looks like a Range Rover, a nice car, pimped out, black rim stuff. I was there getting the system put in. I go use the bathroom while I'm freaking got the whatever. I go in there, cook up the 7 things of dope, bang it up, and instantly all of a sudden my
shot.
Yeah, I shot it. 7 packs of dope. 7
trying to
Yeah,
die?
right.
Did you
No,
want to die?
I here's the problem. The dope that I was getting, man, from this dude wasn't that great, and I thought I was
Right.
I thought I was used to it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But it was a new batch. It was a new batch, and so anytime there's a new batch, you got to be careful because the new batch can be completely different than the old batch. And so I just said, well, based on the old batch, it's I can
Look, he's waving his hand like a fucking
and
dog,
instantly, dude, my head's
like an
started going
obedient puppy.
boom, boom. My heart, boom, boom. Which is weird because typically when you overdose from heroin, it's the opposite. Everything is kind of dark and you get sleepy and you go to sleep and you fall out. With me, it was like boom, boom, boom. My heart, boom, 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 boom. Like, and I knew that was God telling me. And I said, God, please, I don't want to die. I got a lot to accomplish still in life. Please don't let me die. And as soon as I prayed that prayer, I just went bang.
Yeah.
It's just like that. And that happened 3 times in my life. 3 different times. Another time I was in the McDonald's bathroom down in the ghetto in the hood shooting some dope. And another time I was at my house. No, excuse me, I was in my bedroom. My wife, my girlfriend had left, and I banged up some dope in my house. And the same thing, I laid down, boom, 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 boom. I knew I was dying. I knew it. There's no doubt in my life. This is it. I'm dying right now. Unless I scream out to God, my Savior, stop this, then I'm gone. And I did, and He saved me. So I just want.
You didn't have Narcan any of those times?
Never. All I had was God, and He did it. So
Mike's like, hell, shit, even I kept a Narcan around here once, twice. I still got one around the car I can dig around and find. Hang on, let me get it for you.
I had to be brought back with 2 canisters, so I guess you can say I died.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what if they wouldn't have had 2 canisters? What if I only had 1? He said he gave me 1, and I still didn't come back. So
just heroin?
Yeah. Probably cut with fat. Told me be careful. And as a matter of fact,
God damn, Fargo, that shit's fucked up.
The same batch, somebody died in my
They said got
bedroom.
Stiff.
Well, just dropped dead right there, and there was no
I've had so many friends die of heroin overdoses. It's crazy. I mean, I can't even. It's so sad. I have 3 friends named Jason alone. 3 friends. Big black dude named Jay. My boys, Mike Kane's little brother Jay, and my best friend Jay, all overdosed from heroin and died. Those are just to name a few. I mean, it's sad, dude. I've lost so many good men because of that dope, man. It's crazy. So please get to what happened, man. The crazy part you said is so crazy and coincidental that you have to know there is God. It was God.
Okay, so I have to tell a little bit of the backup story. So I go to jail for spanking my kids with a belt. Right?
Oh, shit.
I meet this guy, Mike Adams. We become best friends. We hit it off right off the bat. Hit another ADD dude. I get out after 2 months. I'm out for a few months. My family comes off my bond. I go back to jail. In those few months, I hadn't talked to my wife for the first 3.5 months.
What happened about the bond? Your family comes off the. What are you talking about?
I bonded out after being in Max for the craziest part of the jail, because they charged me with the aggravated assault, 1st degree cruelty to children.
Damn.
Yeah. So if you look up, even if you look it up, assault and battery, the first page says belt. I went and looked it up in law library, and this shit scared the shit out of me. So, anyways.
My dad would have went to jail every day. Then he used to beat my ass. You know what I'm saying, with a belt.
So now.
So I'm out for a couple of months.
Okay, I see what they just did.
A lot of crazy coincidences were transpiring during this time. I go back to jail. I'm in there for 6 months. When I got out the first time, I got back with my wife after like 3 months. She moves in with me to this guy, Mike Adams' apartment, right? Before this, me and her are writing letters. She's in rehab and, like a woman's housing rehab. And I'm at my buddy Mike's, right? So his address is 344 something, Marietta 300, whatever, right? Keep that number in your head, 344 something, Marietta, blah, blah, blah. So me and her are writing letters, right? So then I pull her out of her rehab. We move in together, and my family gets wind that we're together. And so my aunts want to bond me out. She comes off my bond. A bondsman come hunt me down. I eventually had to turn myself in.
That's probably the aunt. That's probably the aunt that Aaron bumped into on Facebook that he was upset about. Hey, where are we at?
To normal was it had something similar happen to me earlier. I I shot a Suboxone. So if I'm caught at any moment, never imagine it hits you. It hit me. I don't know if you know, or someone, when you get Narcan, it like knocks all the dope out of you. Some tidbits, but not a whole lot. I got pictures.
Front, watching us. I'm like, dude, F this. I'll go out the back, jump that back wall, and freaking form at Fort Hamilton High School. And then ones, the instant cameras they had.
I lost the spot we're on. Sorry, guys.
Pipes go shooting off into the they hit brick walls. One almost hit. They're having a block party. That's probably one of my best stories.
No. I don't.
You know who that is, though? You know?
I don't know, man. I mean, my life was always kind of hell in turmoil as a kid, but I'm not necessarily going to blame my ADD. I'm just going to blame my parents. Faith in me. If I can create all that, this is something. Pay attention.
Clipboards, you put papers in. All this.
Yeah.
I wound up getting a job, and it was coincidence.
Went to jail every day. Then he used to beat my ass. You know what I'm saying? With a belt. With a belt.
A lot of crazy coincidences were transpiring during this time. I go back to jail. I'm in there for 6 months.
Hold on.
Yeah. So if you look up, even if you look it up, assault and battery, the first page says belt. I went and looked up in law library, and this shit scared the shit out of me. So, anyways.
My dad would have went to jail every day. Then he used to beat my ass. You know what I'm saying? With a belt. With a belt.
So I'm out for a couple of months. I get back with my wife. A lot of crazy coincidences were transpiring during this time. I go back to jail. I'm in there for 6 months. When I got out the first time, I got back with my wife after like 3 months. She moves in with me to this guy, Mike Adams' apartment, right? Before this, me and her are writing letters. She's in rehab and, like a woman's housing rehab. And I'm at my buddy Mike's, right? So his address is 344 something, Marietta 300, whatever, right? Keep that number in your head.
344
something, Marietta, blah, blah, blah. So me and her are writing letters, right? So then I pull her out of her rehab. We move in together, and my family gets wind that we're together. And so my aunts want to bond me out. She comes off my bond. A bondsman come hunt me down. I eventually had to turn myself in. They were going to put, more charges on me. So I spent 6 months back in jail. This guy, Mike Adams, we become best of friends, right? And even when I got out of jail the second time, he got me a job, coincidentally, which was in the same town that my wife was in rehab, right? I was going and cashing my checks right next to my wife's rehab. Right, she would walk by. If she would have stayed in the rehab, we would have met regardless. When I'm praying in jail where my wife is and what's going on, God's already laid out a plan for all this. Yeah. I wound up getting a job, and it was coincidence after coincidence how this worked, right? But I'm in jail, and so this guy, Mike Adams, tells me he'd been in prison twice. He tells me he never writes anybody letters. He loves me. He'll see me when I get out, and that's that, right? So he went against his own policy, and he writes me a letter. So he writes me a letter, and that day I'm praying to God, and I've got his letter sitting up on my table, right? And I'm writing him and his letter sitting up, okay? And at the same time, I'm praying to God, and I'm writing a letter myself. And all of a sudden, the cinder block wall starts boom banging, right? The guys next door are beating on the walls. So I beat back, fuck you, what the fuck, whatever, went back to writing. They're beating some more. And then my bunkmate says, no, dude, he says, you're annoying them.
Yeah, you're banging your pen. You're on the table going click, 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 click with your pen on the table.
Yeah, it's connected to the wall. You know the deal.
Yeah. I've been through this.
It vibrates through the wall, whatever. I didn't know this. My bunkie did. He says, no, dude. He said, here. And he gave me a clipboard. right? You know, clipboards you put papers in right on.
No, what's a
And so
clipboard?
now I got this thing, and I've got the clipboard down, and I'm writing, and there's my wife's address to her rehab, the same apartment complex and everything. There's her address to her rehab. I get bent out of shape, like I get, you know, irate for a second, asked him, like, what the fuck you got, you know, this address for? He said, no, dude, chill out, calm down. He said, I got this Mexican dude upstairs. So I automatically think that where she's at, it is predominantly Mexican. Someone else coincidentally had a girlfriend at the same rehab, which is 50, 100 miles away. We're in a different county even. And so my wife's address is on this clipboard at the same time that my buddy sends me this letter. And so there, these two addresses
What a
are lined up
coincidence.
like in front of each other. The same address where he lived, where I was writing my wife's address, and my wife's address to the rehab were like,
What
you know,
a
the
fucking
letters here and the
story.
clipboards here. And out of your peripheral, it looks like a letter. The two addresses coexist. You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
Can you even?
That's
can you
God. That's God giving you a wink, man, saying this is the where, you know, this is something. Pay attention.
What's the odds on that?
Slim, very slim.
That's beyond slim, dude.
Yeah, it's beyond slim. I mean, you got to listen to my my last show that I did with Hunter, and I share my butterfly story and talking about, and it's the same thing. The probability of this butterfly paying a visit to my wife twice in 6 weeks at the same time when this injured butterfly, it's improbable. It's beyond mathematical probability. It's literally infinite amount of
Listen to this
things
shit.
like this are usually not accidental. They're God's divine intervention. So
This is the universe talking to you, man.
God promised he will not speak to us like he did with Moses in the burning bush ever again, because then you won't have free will. And if you don't have free will, then what's the point of his creation? He doesn't want a subservient human race of people that are just terrified of God and will act good just because he wants you to. Because if God stood up in front of us all right now and said, either act good or I'm going to kill you right now, every one of us would be like, fine. If you think thoughts of evil or lust or anything, I'm going to kill you. And you're like, I won't be serious. And all of a sudden the guy next to you goes, dies. You know, he dies. You're like, okay, no more thoughts of that porn there. I'm good. So you wouldn't be free will. You would be subservient. So God doesn't want subservient though. He wants you in faith to recognize him. So what can he do to talk to you without talking to you? There's a lot of little things he can do to talk to you, like he just did with Mike here, like he did with me and the butterfly, like he does with me when I go hunting in the woods.
Wag your fucking head, because the rehab your wife was staying at happened to be on the clipboard that you were writing in jail to her
I
from.
created all this. Everything you see, everything you can possibly imagine.
Okay.
When you look at those universe things with the universe and the stars and the galaxies and all that and try to wrap your mind around that, he's like, I created all of it, and more than you could ever imagine, ever in your finite human mind, ever. So have a little faith in me. If I can create all that, and if I can do all this and give you all the good that's in your life, have a little faith. That's all I ask. Believe. That's what it's all about. Have faith. And if you do, anything's possible.
Gunner is so fucked up right now.
Let's see what happens. So what happened now? How did you end up resolving this? How did you end up turning your life around and you know, better?
So that's one of a lot. I got a lot of stories just like that. I've got like 4 coincidences.
Man, Gunner,
similar like that.
You wouldn't believe it, bro.
Another one.
Yeah.
When I was 13, I had 2 skateboards. Well, I was trying to tell you, a Lance Mountain and a Steve Caballero. The only 2 skateboards that I had, right? Those guys, the Powell Peralta team came to Atlanta at that year, and my sister worked at Whitewater. She was a lifeguard. They came to Whitewater to do a skate show, and my sister and her best friend wound up going on a date with no other less Lance Mountain and Steve Caballero. So what's the odds of that?
Oh, mind blown.
I've talked to Caballero, and I've been hounding him.
Well, what was the mission though? Why was that? What's the significance of that coincidence, because there are coincidences, but I mean, was there a purpose behind it? Did God have a reason for it?
I don't know, maybe just to, like I said, I got a lot of stories very similar to, I don't know, maybe show me his existence because, because of our ADD, our lives has always been hell and turmoil.
Oh, here he goes.
I don't know, man. I mean, my life was always kind of hell and turmoil as a kid, but I'm not necessarily going to blame my ADD. I'm just going to blame my parents.
What?
My mother, who's manic depressive and mentally ill. My father was an alcoholic. Of course, the next closest thing that I had to family, which is who raised me, is my grandma and grandpa Toko. God bless their soul, amazing, good people, but they weren't necessarily the most functional family if you consider the fact that they were a mafia family and they grew up in and or around the mafia. Everybody around us, everybody was mafia. So I don't mean just
same
like
with me as a kid.
I don't mean like, well, one of this guy, Uncle Tony, or Uncle Nicky is in the mob. I mean, literally every single person around me was a mafioso.
No.
Man, and the women, the women knew it, and they didn't.
Well, I got you. Well, I got you in that moment. Me and you had a conversation, and you claim you don't remember. Joe Lioli. You told me that you knew his daughters or something or other. Joe Lioli. You remember now?
No.
You know who that is, though. But you know who that is.
You may be pronouncing it wrong. How's it spelled?
I don't know. I just know Joe.
Oh, he ain't got to spell for shit.
Yeah, don't ring any bells.
He was my dad.
Gunner's like, move it along.
Construction for the union in those days. My uncle's uncle. My uncle was
in Detroit.
In New York.
I would never know him. He's from New York. Never. So I'd never say that. You got me confused with somebody else. Never had. Only people I would know. Huh?
Did you ever heard of Joe Napolitano?
Yeah, Joe Napolitano. Yeah, but again, New York guy. I don't know.
That was my uncle's uncle.
Yeah.
My uncle
I don't know nobody.
Blood Italian. What's that?
No, I don't know nobody outside of Detroit, bro. I knew a couple of guys I worked with when I was living in Detroit.
Damn, Mike, stop with the fucking shit. Stop with the fucking name dropping, bro.
There's a couple younger guys like me, but we hustled and crap. But anyways, that's another thing.
One of my best stories is I was at a John Gotti 4th of July block party, turned right against the police. That's probably one of my best stories.
Yeah, what happened there?
John Gotti grew up behind my aunt and uncles at Tavernese. He's deceased now, my uncle, right? Charles Tavernese. His uncle was Joe Napolitano, but he never, him and my dad had offerings. My dad was going to drive 2 mil for 5 years. He was going to drive Carlos Gambino. 2 weeks before, he had a deal set up and he was whacked. So my dad grew up in all that shit. He worked union. You know what I'm saying? So it's a John Gotti block party, and keep in mind, he's not even who he is today. I'm going back, then the 80s. I'm 13 years old, 13, maybe 14.
Well, in the 80s, that's when he was a big deal. Today he's nothing but his legacy. He was a stand-up guy but he was really a thug. He wasn't even really. He was not a good racketeer, not a good mafioso. He was a thug, muscled his way in, killed a good boss, and then made a mockery of the whole thing. He made it to the point. Sammy the Bull flipped. They took down all the families. And that's the reason why Genovese wanted to kill him. Vincent the Chin wanted to kill him, and all the commission wanted to kill him. He wasn't supposed to be a boss. He was a freaking thug. Thug life is what he was. And so all they did is make dude in Detroit. They hated him in Detroit. And the boss,
right, you can imagine.
The boss was friends with Paul Castellano, and so he really didn't like Gotti at all. And then after Sammy, Detroit called New York the Rat Pack. They literally references, our friend the Rat Pack in New York. They don't get rats like that in Detroit. They just don't understand. Right. The whole premise of it was like beyond them.
Right.
How does this happen? How did they let this happen? A thug go in there and kill a Don and get away with it, and then have an underboss flip and tell on everybody in every family about everything. It's crazy.
So you gotta hear this one.
Okay, go.
It's 4th of July. He's got fireworks, the galore, right? They're having a block party. They got the street roped off. They got speakers, they were the biggest speakers I've ever seen. I've never seen speakers that big. Like people were having to, help each other up to get on top of them to dance.
Is this Queens? This is in Queens?
No, it's Brooklyn. And I can't even tell you street names because I've asked my dad since my dad is in his 80s.
Well, Gotti was from Queens. I'm surprised he wasn't in Queens.
I'm from Queens too. Anyways, so my aunt and uncle lived in Brooklyn. So Gotti grew up the street over next to my aunt and uncle in Queens. Like I said, my uncle's not with us anymore. And we've not been family since, truth be told. When we moved down here in 1980, my aunt got mad at her brother and my dad and felt like that they were sticking her with raising, with taking care of grandma. So they.
Wait. We'll focus. Get back to the Gotti thing. You know what I'm saying? We want to hear that story.
4th of July block party. We're having fun, drinking, just shooting off fireworks. They got the street blocked off, okay? This lady cop comes around the corner and she's going, and there's 2 sets of rope. One's blocking the street. There's 2 more inside blocking people from the fireworks. They light off 4 mortar pipes, those big ass tall.
Yeah.
As soon as they lit off 4 mortar pipes, this drunk lady cop comes around the corner, drives through the ropes, knocks over the mortar pipes. The mortar pipes go shooting off into they hit brick walls. One almost hits a lady in a baby carriage. They go right into the crowd. So the entire crowd starts rocking the cop car, right? And, beating on the cop car and all that. In Brooklyn, how there's so much crime and shit. Like a car gets stolen on my aunt and uncle's street like every day and all kind of crazy shit, right? So there's a cop precinct at the end of this block. By the end, while this is going on, a gazillion cops come and more come. Some have just regular cop attire. Some of them have riot gear. They all start fighting. The crowd's got beer bottles hitting cops over the head. The cops are billy clubbing people over the head. I'm a little kid drunk taking pictures of the shit, right? My pictures didn't turn out that good, but wild.
What the hell kind of camera did you have? One of those little disposable disc cameras?
We're going back, we're going back early 80s, you know?
What'd you have for a camera?
Shit, probably. Whatever you had back then, the Polaroids, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What you took pictures with. You're my age, right? You're 49?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm 49.
Yeah.
So when we were 13, what we had at that time.
Could have been Polaroids, could have been disc, the Kodak disc ones, the instant cameras they had.
So I had these pictures for years, and then I get with the psycho crazy bitch, and she burns them all.
Oh, man, that's great.
My whole life up in flames.
That sucks.
So that was one of the craziest sights.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm going to do a show soon, and I'm going to tell you about the time when I was living in New York that I went to an LL Cool J, Foxy Brown, the charity concert in Harlem.
My sister went to school with LL Cool J.
I like Cool J. That's my dog. So in fact, that's the reason why I went was for Cool J. But they're on 125th Street up in Harlem in Manhattan, in front of the Apollo Theater. They're doing a free concert, like a charity event, blah blah blah. At the time I was playing football. I was playing semi-pro football, and we were on lockdown because it was training camp. We're in training camp, which is only like 3 days. You know, it was like a 3-day thing where we're locked down in this campus, this dorm at Fort Hamilton High School. And anyways, it wasn't actually at the high school. There was a college. We had honestly, it might have been Rutgers. I can't remember for sure. But we had a dorm. And anyways, this concert was going on. They've been advertising it for freaking weeks on the radio and Hot 97. And I'm like this. And then I asked some of the guys, I'm like, you guys want to go with me to this? And like, we can't leave. We can't leave. There's no way out. You know, they've got a door up, like door security at the front, watching us. I'm like, dude, after this, I'll go out the back, jump that back wall, and freaking go by myself. And they didn't think I'd do it. I said, I'm like, I'm up. And I ended up going downstairs, jumping this back wall, and freaking making my way to Harlem, bro, and this freaking huge concert. And then it was a blast. I had a great time. There was a riot and a shooting. I think that's the one where Puffy was in a bar or something, and there was some shooting, and he got blamed for the shooting.
Yeah, that was one that Sean took the charge for. He was with Jennifer Lopez, and she left him after that.
All these big, rappers and stuff. So, anyways, he cleaned up.
I got a story for that too. I wound up working with Big Gee for 2 years before he told me who he was.
Who?
Working with this Big Gee.
Big Gee.
Puff Daddy, Young Jeezy, and Jody Breezy were Boys in the Hood. They were a group. I wound up. This guy tells me who he is. He's a rap superstar. Look it up.
I never heard of him.
Like I said, him, Puff Daddy, and Young Jeezy were in a group in 2007. Look it up. You'll see me. And so I worked with him for 2 years. The last day getting fired, he tells me who he is. So I'm ecstatic, but I'm in addiction at the time, so I wasn't too ecstatic. He was best friends with Rick Ross. Say Rick Ross used to sleep on his mama's couch. So I'm like, blow the fuck away. I get fired from his company. I get hired back, right? When I get back now, I'm all over him, right? And, he gave me some tidbits, but not a whole lot. I got pictures of me and him together and shit on Facebook. It was wild. It was wild to find that out. He's a rap superstar,
Yeah, what was he doing? What was he doing working? What was the work he was doing?
Remediation.
Oh, yeah. That's what my boy does. It's big money. Big money.
Remediation?
So go back to work for this company. Luckily, I get fired again. This next time I get fired, I was working on this this upscale housing complex in Atlanta. And Big D's on this job list. I get fired from this job. The very next day, my friend / drug dealer gets me a job right next door. I sat in the house across the street for 6 months and threw rocks at the guys' cars that I didn't like that I used to work with.
That's funny.
I got a video of this.
That's funny.
The house is big shit. It's a story. It's a story on its own. What's his name? Thomas Jefferson's family lived in this house. One of these, big deals. It's in magazines, all that kind of shit. It's in I have it on video.
Oh, we're gonna look it up.
Listen,
we're gonna look it up.
So this is the point. Like, go to the point where you said enough is enough. I'm going to get sober. And how did you get sober? And what do you do now? We'll end it on that. When was enough? When was enough too much?
When I OD'd, yeah, and I come back
up and you were just like,
it was a fucking nightmare. So being Narcan, I don't know if you know where. So when you get Narcan, it like knocks all the dope out of you, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to the methadone clinic at the same time, so it wipes out your methadone, it wipes out all the heroin. You're immediately dope sick. Like, you've gone from normal to dope sick, the worst dope sick you could ever be. Like, say you had been in prison for, a couple of weeks or whatever. The worst dope sick you could ever imagine. It hits you. It hit me.
Thanks,
I wasn't
Fargo.
aware of it. And I had to be at work this morning, right? So I drive and I get a mile up the road and like you're discombobulated and like I'm close to getting wrecked. It's like you're hallucinating at the same time. You're shitting on yourself, sweating. I mean, you can imagine the worst dope sick you could ever possibly imagine.
I mean, I went cold turkey. I went cold turkey off a freaking $250 a day habit, so I can imagine.
Yeah, right.
In jail.
And methadone. And not the meth. So I get down the street, I'm shitting on myself, pull up first gas station, I'm sick as a dog. My wife don't know, right? So if I'm caught at any moment, my whole world's gonna expire. She'll send the police after me, all that, right? So I'm on my way to this new job and I pull over and I'm shitting myself and I realize I can't make it no further. So I drive back to my dope man's house and I'm like, so out of it, mentally, physically, all that. I'm like so not with it and paranoid at the same time. My wife calls and I don't answer the phone. She knows what I'm doing. I'm on the final line with her. I get caught fucking up. I'm done with, police coming after me and all that. So I get back to my dope man's house and I'm freaking know my phone's going to ring any minute. and I'm just like, you know, and like
Yeah.
comatose. And I had traded my dude some I traded him my methadone for the day for the boys. So I'm being a little bitch and all that, begging him for my methadone, get my methadone back. And that transition back to normal was, it had something similar happen to me earlier. I shot a Suboxone. It will do the same thing, and I didn't know it. I shot a Suboxone. It takes the methadone out of you and all that too. On that job that I'm talking about, it was called Ralph Lucas House. It happened on that job. I go in the bathroom, I'm shitting my brains out. Buddy has to wind up taking me to the hospital. I mean, I'm completely fucked, you know.
What, just
And
dehydrated?
that was another time. It was right before that, and that happened the second time. I knew that was it, you know. If he didn't have two Narcan canisters, I'd be dead. I knew that, you know, the one where I went through precipitated withdrawal is what they call it, I believe. You know, you go right into dope sick. You know, I was in the bathroom shitting on myself. I was, you know, I couldn't drive, I couldn't paint. I fell down at work and was laying in a bowl, like shivered and shaking. And so my buddy, who I just ran into on Thanksgiving, coincidentally, and did a video with my buddy Don, takes me to the hospital. And I ran into him on Thanksgiving. But this happened like 3
It was a
years ago.
coincidence.
I just ran into him.
So what did you do? Told him to get me out. You just wanted to go off cold turkey of this stuff? Did the methadone make you? Did it straighten you out? Or
yes,
it did.
Yes, methadone will get rid of all that.
Yeah,
you know, kills the sick, craving,
all that.
So basically, you don't get high; you just get normal.
Eating off of it, go cold turkey. What'd you do?
Oh, I was already going at the methadone. I just quit doing heroin completely and just went back to doing just methadone. I had gone dope sick a few times before it was on methadone, and those were nightmares. But this time
I heard that if you try to quit methadone, it takes like 6 months or more. Like, you deal with the bullshit of that. Like, it makes you so sick. Like, worse than what the initial fucking dope sick would have been.
Was on methadone, so I just went back to that and said, you know what, enough's enough.
Did you wean off
the methadone?
Yeah.
Or off the heroin?
The methadone.
I'm still on it. I'm still.
Yeah, he's still on the methadone. He's done with the heroin though.
I know it.
But here's the thing.
People sit on methadone for so long, dude, for years.
This guy, Gunner, he's not a true success story because he's still on methadone. He's on.
Yeah, same with Suboxone. If you do Suboxone, you will get fucking sick for so long.
Let me tell you something. If you
coming down off the methadone or Suboxone is that shit makes you sick. I heard lasts longer than the heroin and all that.
We're a crackhead / heroin addict / pillhead. For 25 years, right? And you are now only doing methadone and managing it properly. Listen, give this guy some credit. Give him some accolades. He's not, you know, a drug addict anymore. He is a functioning, I guess, addict because he's on methadone. But I know a lot of people who got off methadone. Even I tried to take methadone before a couple of times when I was on heroin, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I didn't like the whole have to go there every day thing and just go to these stupid classes down in the ghetto. Just I get the frick out of here, man. Just do dope. But anyways, you still should get
really?
Man, I wish you the best, man. What's your milligram you're on now?
50.
That's not bad, bro.
No, I'm down from 90.
You should do a 1 milligram a week and you'll be off in a year.
Right.
Don't say right. Just do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm coming down. I was on 60 a month.
Listen, you tell your people.
I wonder if they're dropping him down on the methadone. Actually, it's not his choice. They're doing it.
You won't even feel it.
They're saying you need to get out of here. You're doing good. Get out of here.
And you'll be clean next year.
Right.
You won't have to be on it ever again. You'll feel just like you do now. 100% healthy. My advice is this: start exercising. Sometime around you get down under 20 milligrams or something, start working out, because the working out will kind of replace the endorphins and kind of make you feel good and more motivated and ambitious too. But you gotta go do fun stuff. You gotta enjoy life.
Remodeling, construction.
Go live. Forget the money. Who cares about that? Go enjoy life. Go do some fun stuff. Go live. Go outside. Go fishing. Travel. Go camping. Go ride a 4-wheeler. Get a snowmobile. Go snowmobiling. Go do something, man, and enjoy life.
I shot my first shotgun. I just got a shotgun and 2 9s, so I just got to shoot.
You probably shouldn't say that on video, bro.
I did a video. I don't care what they say. I was at a range, you know.
You can't even take possession of them at a range. So just so you know.
Oh, he just tried to cover his ass. Yeah.
A felon in possession of a firearm.
Yes.
You can go to jail.
Yes.
I don't think I'm a felon, but
you are. If you've been to jail or prison, you're a felon.
If you've been in jail or prison, you're a fucking felon.
You're a felon.
I was supposed to. It was supposed to be misdemeanor. I played down from felony to misdemeanor.
I mean, I guess, but I would, unless you know for sure.
Though. Yeah, I heard though what you're saying though.
Okay, so Mike was looking at felony charges because they never hit felony, they turned misdemeanor. He never seen a day in fucking prison over it. He's just been your average dope peddling fucking dope head that did drugs, that had a get clean success story after hitting your lowest of lows. Like, that's all this is. That's all this fucking is. Mike, you are such a poser. You fucking came at Gunnar Allen Lindblom like you had this fucking know all, be all, kill all story. That you're just a successful guy. This fucking... Yeah. See what happens when you lie about your charges, Mikey? Even Gunnar fucking called you out, dude. I don't think I'm a felon. Dude, it's because you didn't fucking see a day in prison. All them dope charges that were pointed at you, you fucking probably snitched. That snipped off a little bit of fucking trouble. And then, like, they bargained with you. They broke down your felony to a fucking misdemeanor. So, you're kind of dancing with the devil a little bit on that. But, you know, whatever's whatever. You got it, you know, behind you. So this is how you gonna do it. This is how you gonna do it, Mike. You gonna come on here and talk all that rah-rah shit and just try to bullshit a bullshitter? Okay.
My wife's never had no charges, so thank God they're her guns.
He threw in that last little tidbit.
Yeah. So you just gotta be careful.
Look, he wiped his face. Fuck no.
Okay. No, thank you.
Well, God bless you, man. Thanks for coming on, and
thank you.
I appreciate.
I've been waiting a long time to chop it up with you, man. I wish I could fist bump. Big fist.
I wish I could fist bump you.
I appreciate you coming on here and
he fist bumped me through the camera.
sharing your story and letting people know
that I'll be telling my painter buddies about you tomorrow.
You know, through all the tumult and all the chaos and all the BS and the drugs and the addiction, that you can turn it around. You can come back. Everybody's in a different state of coming back, winning, be back, or victory, or, you know, just the guy might be on 50 milligrams of methadone right now. He's doing a lot better than the guy who's on 100 milligrams of methadone, who's doing a lot better.
Yes,
than
it
the guy
was.
who's on
Yes, it
heroin,
was.
who's doing a lot better than the guy who's on $300 a day with there, who's doing a lot better than the guy who's out robbing and stealing after first heroin. So, I mean, it's all relative.
Thank God his fucking video's almost over.
Winning victory is his winning victory. What is yours? You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of people who watch this video and go, shit, man, he's doing a lot better than me, man, because I'm on that dope. I'm on some boxes. I'm on dope. I'm on this. I'm on this. You know what I'm saying? They might watch this and be like, yo, so good luck. Kudos to this freaking guy. He's been doing it. He's trying. He's winning. And so
December 21st.
Thanks for coming on, man. I'd like to see
I'm
you.
here. I'm here. So I'm winning. I'm here.
Yeah, you are. You're winning,
man.
Exactly.
Damn, Gunner's barely got fucking 7-something thousand subs. What the fuck?
Means you're winning. Bang. So listen. Next year, though.
We got to meet Seth Ferrante, too.
He name dropped. He name dropped.
That's my dog. Yeah.
Shit's looking up. Yeah.
Yeah, Seth. I was with Seth a few months ago.
I know.
In St. Louis. So I want to see you next year when you tell me I'm clean, I'm off methadone, I'm good to go. You know what I'm saying? Weed. By the way, weed can help too. So if you smoke a little weed as you get towards, like, you know, if you ever have any.
No, be a fucking man. Don't do anything. Just quit cold turkey, like you fucking said, dude.
Issues or anxiety issues, because I know it's going to be all in your head. Like,
just because Gunner does it don't mean you don't have to, you know, do it, you know.
Oh I'm like, I can't believe I'm already down. Just take a couple hits of a joint, you'll be fine. I'm saying, I don't suggest becoming a pothead, but maybe a couple hits here and there, and that'll help.
Yes.
Stuff, so.
Yes, Fargo.
Everybody else, God bless. I hope you liked the video and appreciate Mike's story and his
Thank you, people. Thank you.
in his triumph.
Give it up for Lim Bloom. Give it up for God.
He's clapping.
Mike's a freaking guy, man. He's come a freaking long way.
He's
man.
a good dog.
To just, managing father. Husband,
Look at this motherfucker.
Business
Dancing and shit.
So God bless him and keep up the good work. For everyone else,
Mike's about to do the goddamn stanky leg over here. He's so motherfucking happy. Jesus Cristo! Oh my God! Guys, I can't believe I just sat through all of that completely. Oh my God. This was the Last Day on Earth episode. I learned a lot. And I think you all learned a lot too. It was a little slow in the beginning. Yeah, sure, but eventually the point got made across. On that note, I want to say thanks to everybody in the chat. Thanks to Fargo. Hey, Fargo, rewatch the beginning if you need to, man. We'll see your video. Everybody in the chat, thanks. Mike, I learned a lot tonight. Thanks a lot. I think you'll be back online tomorrow or something. It's time for me to get off here and do the deed, which is not exist. Hope you all have a good day tomorrow. And if I don't see you, have a good, happy Valentine's Day with your significant other. Kiss them for me. Say, mwah! That's from Cree. Happy Valentine's Day. I love you all. Good night.